Why don't you sell your soul? Why don't you sell your soul? Why don't you sell your soul? Why don't you sell your soul?
Now, they've been telling me to sell my soul and shit I'm down where hell is frozen. Till then, I'ma freak the booth and leak the truth and proof like I'm Edward Snowden. We ain't taking no melatonin. Night crawling up in this.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
My vision has always been golden. That's why I see the pearly gate starting to open. I ain't got no friends, cause I've been the omen. Take a look at the enemy's blood, I am soaked in.
Yeah, staring back at my reflection, thinking about the hand of cards I've been holding. When I'm upset, it's hard to control it. Soon as I'm fully charged, I unload it. This shit is keeping Marcus so devoted to writing these crazy bars that you know it. I'm too steady with the juice, get the booth ready when I barge and I'm hoking. I'm no longer with Avengers, heart is frozen with some vengeance. 8 years old, I was a menace, can't get lost in all the critics. They judge it when they ain't caught about the trenches. Look bitches, I'm making dope from all the bitching. You think I would baking soda in the kitchen? It's UP and taking over is the mission. The realest in nation know the shit's encrypted. Listen,
I debate, should I smile like everything's good and pretend that life is great? Should I let the world see the real me and not hide this pain? I tried to be like the rest of y'all, sorry I just can't. I'ma probably die this way, or die this way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You know I'ma die this way, I'ma die this way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You know I'ma die this way, I'ma die this way. Where did my mind go? Tell me why am I letting these bombs blow? I'm stubborn and even my mom knows that. Am I lonely? Yes. I'm on one, that's what my homies left. I live with no regrets, motherfuckers, I won't repent.
man, the other day I cussed my girlfriend's parents out. It is apparent now, they try to justify their daughter's bullshit. Well, I ain't raw enough to air it out. I'm intense at times in my mind, there's a Grinch inside that tells me to write offensive lines. If the shit I do doesn't make sense in your head, nigga, fuck you, cause it makes sense in mine. Yeah, think I got a little ego. If you cut me open, you will see I'm full of it. From the 818, a motherfucking Panorama City hooligan. I see the whole world and everybody looking like a duplicate. Bitch, I do me, and that's the only way you'll ever see me doing it.
I debate, should I smile like everything's good and pretend that life is great? Should I let the world see the real me and not hide this pain? I tried to be like the rest of y'all, sorry I just can't. I'ma probably die this way, I'ma die this way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You know I'ma die this way, I'ma die this way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You know I'ma die this way, I'ma die this way. There isn't much that anybody else could tell me. I'm the only nigga living in my shoes and this shit is overwhelming. I travel earth like a lost soul, fire's burning as I rot slow. There ain't many I can vent to in this world. I got family but we not close, so I tell my story through a hot song. You all know to get your popcorn when I hit you with the ill mind. Neverland, that's a place you know we not going. This is struggle and pain, about me always being stuck in the rain. To be honest, I don't want it to change. I'ma take it to my deathbed up until nothing remains.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know I'ma die this way, I'ma die this way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You know I'ma die this way, I'ma die this way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You know I'ma die this way, I'ma die this way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You know I'ma die this way, I'ma die this way.
Well, happy fucking Sunday, Ghost Gang. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let me get some hellos done. And let me talk about some Watson for a second. And then we have another interview actually to do this evening. Yes, that's right. Another interview. Something happened in Memphis, and I think you guys need to know about it. But first, let's get some hellos done. What up, JP? Rumor, good to see you. Quiz, always good to have you. A1, as always, it's a pleasure to have you. Susie, Dodie, Cassandra. What up, copy that? Not in their studio. What up, what up? Good to have you. What up, the Acadian Carpenter? Good to see you. Welcome in. Chicky Chick, welcome in. It's good to see you again. I appreciate you for strolling back in. What up, seriously? Luna. Of course, the man of the hour, that good fella. What up, homie? Leave it to Beezer. It's good to see you. What up, DJ? Hope you're having a good Sunday. Good to see you, homie. Hope all is well. What up, Civil Death? Good to see you as well. Spider Woman, as always, it's a pleasure. Jessica Boo, as always, welcome in. Welcome in. Peachy. Cinnamon Girl, what up, what up? AVN, if you're running around chat, what up? If you're driving right now, what up, homie? What up? It's all gravy, baby. Tara Rogers, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Oh, let's see, scrolling on up. Lilu, as always, a pleasure. Jaded, what up, Pepper Moon? Welcome in. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Scott Amo? Am I saying that right? What up, Scott? Hope you're having a good day, Scott. Welcome in. Welcome in. What up, Butch Cassidy? Welcome in. It's good to see you again. Hope you're having a good one. Scroll up here real quick. I'm scrolling through names really fast now, guys. So if I miss you, I apologize. What up, Becca Lynn? I see you up there, girl. It's good to have you. Welcome in. Veritas, as always. What up, State of Disorder? Good to see you. Welcome in. Chihuahua Mom, as always, a pleasure to have you. Sweet Tea, welcome in. Pink Warrior, as always, I hope you're having a good Sunday. I appreciate you for being here. What up, Anissa? Trader's probably lurking around somewhere. You guys did a great show. I appreciate y'all. Absolutely fire yet again. What up, Tartan Tilly? If you guys didn't catch Trader's show, make sure you head on over to Traders after this and catch that. What up, Viking Gods? Good to see you. Welcome in, homie. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Susie, as always. Turn the page. What up, Turn the Page? Good to have you, Becky. What up, Becky? Hope you're having a good day. All right, I'm going to jump back down to the bottom if I missed you. Apologies. Yo, what up, Crybaby? I seen you running up there. Let's see. Who else running in here right now? Crybaby just jumped in. There's Lurking. What up, Lurking? It's good to see you, Lurking. Hope you're having a good Sunday. There's Traders. I knew he was running around somewhere. What up, Ran? Hope you're having a good Sunday, Ran. All right. What up, Mountain Violet? All good, Mountain Violet. I hope you get everything done. You know what I mean? All right. So I guess we can go ahead. What up, MacB? I hope you're having a good Sunday, Mac. Welcome in. I appreciate you for being here. So I got a couple new memes that we can laugh about. What up, Goya? Good to have you, Goya. Yeah, if you can grab Traders Live for me and drop it in chat. I've got a couple people asking for that link. Yo, what up, B? Good to have you, B. I appreciate you. But yeah, we got a couple new memes. What up, Chica? Hope you're having a good Sunday, Chica. A couple new memes to discuss. But first, before anything else, I want to go ahead and let you guys know that well, it is Sunday. You know, it is the Lord's Day. And so let me just break it down for you real quick. Look, I respect all of my subs. What up, Tarek? Running equipment today, so just listening and sucking dick. Is that you under there? Appreciate you, homie. Hope all's well. So, look, you squirrel brained me, bro, with the sucking dick part. All right, so, like, let me start off by saying I had good intentions for old Watson. I felt like Watson was he's a very new content creator. He hasn't been around very long. He got a lot of subs and everything like that, real quick and everything. Whether he bought them or not, I don't know. I don't really care. But the thing of it is the more I watched, the more I noticed that this guy's, what up, Lulu? Yo, what up, Squids? Hope you're having a good Sunday. The more I watched, the more I realized that this guy is starting to tread on lolcow territory. He's literally like a stone thrown away from being Ernie Shell Jr. And what I mean by that is
All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love is all you need.
what up, Shannon? Cat, I see you, Cat. I'm in and out of chat. I'm watching you guys, but I'm not watching you guys. I'm just hoping you're being good. What up, Lady K? And Chicky Chick rolling in with the who's lolcow? I don't know who lolcow is. Well, you know what? I gave you the chance. Like, I wanted to bring you up here. I wanted to give you your chance to speak your piece. Everybody was saying, like, yeah, it's a good idea. Even your mod, Rude. Shout out to Rude once again. Rude was exactly right. I wanted to give you that option to get up here, say your piece, and maybe squash some of the bullshit that was going on around the YouTube streets. And instead, you go live. Excuse me, chat. You go live and you do this sad sap bullshit story, and then you ask your subs if it's a good idea. So here's my first problem with that. Problem one is you are a dude, right? Like, you got a set of balls, right? Now at this point, I'm just thinking you look like a bitch, because now you're going live and you're making it out to be this big fucking thing that it's really fucking not. Because honestly, like I told you in the fucking beginning, all I was trying to do was get you up here and let you say your piece to squash some of the bullshit in the community, right? I'm a neutral side. I don't really have a say-so in this. Yeah, I talk a lot of shit, but I was going to give you my panel. I'm going to give someone else my panel in here just a little bit. It's going to be all theirs, and they're just going to come up here and they're going to talk and say whatever the fuck they want, as long as it don't involve kids, of course. But it does involve apparently Ernie trying to suck dick or something like that. I don't know. It's wild, but we're going to get there. But before we do, so Watson asked his subs, and his subs basically said, no, I don't think it's a good idea. So like the cock gaggler that he is, he decides he's not going to do it. And I knew this. I already knew this. Do not fret, Ghost Gang. I already knew this. I knew that there was a chance that he was going to puss out. So late last night, super, super late last night, I went ahead and sent him an email and said, hey, what up, True Rolling for Jesus? I'm going to go ahead and set up a live. What up, Cassandra? I'm going to go ahead and set up a live. And then tomorrow we can go ahead and do this. Because I'm assuming, like, he's not going to bitch out that bad. Like, okay, yeah, like, what up, Luna? I know, like, your sub said don't do it. It's a bad idea. But at the same time, like, you're also wanting the questions to stop and all the bullshit to stop, which it's not going to stop now. And you agreed. You agreed to come on panel. And then after I send you the email, you bitched out. Because, Mom, my subs think it's not a good idea. Dude, you know what's not a good idea? Standing me up for a fucking second time. That's what's not a good idea. That's a shitty idea. Saying, yeah, sure, Ghost, I'll come on your panel. We'll have a panel. I help you. I'll tell you my story. So that way, maybe some of these guys that are on my ass, maybe you can say, hey, look, like, it's lay off the dude. What's a panel? Who's the lolcow? I ain't never met them before. Second time, Acadian. Second time. First time I was like, hey, going to do a show, come into chat. All you have to do is come into chat and just say, hey, you can say anything you want. That's literally what I told him, Acadian. You can come into chat and be like, hey, Ghost, you're a fag. And I'd be like, yo, what up, Watson? Let's have a discussion. Nothing. Dead fucking silent. All night long. 2-hour live show. Nothing. All right, cool. So he cracked up a live. So I went ahead and went in. I was like, all right, dude, what the fuck is the deal? Like, I thought you were going to come over at least. Like, we could figure some of this shit out. We can get some of the shit that's going around the community stomped out, right? Oh, well, I don't know if it's such a good idea. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? All right, whatever. And Peach can vouch for me. I literally told Peach, I don't think I can hate this guy. I don't think there's just something in me that doesn't make me want to hate this guy. And I think it's because he's new, like all this other bullshit and all this other stuff. And I extended the fucking olive branch 2 times. Basically, the first time, I was like, okay, you know, he's new. Like I said, he's new. He didn't even know what a panel is, guys. He didn't even understand what a panel fully was. I explained it to him, everything like that. He said, sure, let's go. Fucking 6.5 hours later, you do a live crying to your subs. Your subs say don't do it. So you turn around and don't do it. So you stand me up again. Bitch, did I stutter?
Stop, don't touch me there. This is my no square. I got decks on me. If you're hearing impaired thugging, you know I'm out the gutter. I'll put you in a bottle. Did I stutter? Everybody know I'm pressure. Niggas ain't me. Certified living legend. Who they tryin' be? Screaming free the real. I'ma scream until they free. Let me get my dick back. Dick riding ain't free. Watch I get my lick back. You can tell I'm really thugging. Out you doing me. Did I stutter? Put the SARS with a button. Stutter. It ain't even for discussion. Did I stutter? Cartier frame swapping. Swap the hater blockers out. Block a hater. Ain't gotta pay to knock him out. Hold up, Mizzy still glitching. Trap house, sexy fitness, getting busy working out. Bread winner concert, I'm beyond turn. I come out the shirt, baby, might lift up a skirt. Want me to spit a verse, quench your thirst, messing up her words. Been a frame, beat her from the back, make her body jerk. Wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi, sir. Listen, now you tryna kick it, I don't do karate, sir. Wonder why you not with me, winning is what I prefer. Really getting what I deserve. Everybody know I'm pressure, niggas ain't me. Certified living legend, who they tryin' be? Screaming free the real, I'ma scream until they free. Let me get my dick back, dick riding ain't free. Watch I get my lick back, you can tell I'm really thugging. Out you doing me, did I stutter? Put the SARS with a button, stutter. It ain't even for discussion, did I stutter? Stop, don't touch me there, this is my no square. I got decks on me, if you're hearing impaired thugging, you know I'm out the gutter. I'll put you in a bottle, did I stutter? Images redid the wrist, too legit to quit bricks. MC on my hammer, diamonds, dance a lot of squares. Michael Jackson, bad moon, walking backwards, long live black amigo gang, young school road running up a ticket. So for real, singing Candy Rain, me and Brittany Renner. Not the slightest bit of bother, the internet one in a friend sign. Know your dick little if you rendered an opinion in another nigga business. Everybody know I'm pressure, niggas ain't me. Certified living legend, who they tryin' be? Screaming free the real, I'ma scream until they free. Let me get my dick back, dick riding ain't free. Watch I get my lick back, you can tell I'm really thugging. Out you doing me, did I stutter? Put the SARS with a button, stutter. It ain't even for discussion, did I stutter? Real one.
Why the fuck do I keep stuttering?
Crush. I ain't me. Yeah. Who they tryin' be?
They already coming in like that.
No, sir. No, sir. I believe there was no stuttering here. When I said, all right, let's do this second show, let me go ahead and take time out of my fucking day and set something up for you and get something done. I didn't say, hey, can you start up a live later and change your fucking mind 2 or 3 fucking different times? So, with that being said, I have dropped a link in chat. If your balls decide to drop, you're more than welcome. I do have a guest in the back already. I would just like to let you know, Watson, that if you were worried about everybody else watching you before, what do you mean, what the F is that pineapple? So, before I bring my very special guest up on stage, I would like to mention that there are some new, there's some new member emojis. you guys. So if you guys want to use some cool member emojis like a pineapple, a ghost, a Smurf Ernie, a Jimbo, a T-Rex Alina, maybe a Barbie face, her classic Barbie face, or maybe an Ernie O face, you just become a member, see those, and you can just type those all day in chat if you want. But those are the new, I told you guys I was going to work on the channel a little bit. So those are the new members emojis. So become a member, get some new emojis. And without any further ado, I would like to welcome to the stage my very special guest, Miss Shannon. Hello, Shannon.
Hello, darlings.
How are you?
Oh, let's rake this bitch over the coals now. Come on, let's not. Don't when I go honey dick. Let's go.
Facts. No honey dicking since you're up here. But before we get any farther, someone did mention that I should introduce him into the lolcow community over here.
Yeah.
And I think since B just gifted an Evil Ghost membership to somebody, so now they can use those new emojis as well. I think what we'll do, and since you're up here with me and we can all laugh together, I'd like everyone, and this is Sunday, right? This is Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. Okay.
And we go take him to church. And we're going to take him to church.
Right. But normally, okay, so when you go to church, right, you got to have some kind of like gospel or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some songs. Yep. You got to have Jesus in your heart through singing, right? So, Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, praise Jesus.
Go fuck yourself!
Go fuck yourself! Go fuck yourself! Go fuck yourself! Go fuck yourself!
Wait, bring it down. Let's bring it down. Let it be quiet. Fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself.
Yeah, facts. Thank you, B. I appreciate you, B. So, Shannon, since I've got you up here, could you please, can you give me, since I gave the dude the option, can you please give me a rundown? Because I know you watch this and you're kind of in this, it's kind of like a Whitaker drama sphere at this point. Like the dude covered the Whitakers at one point, and now he's kind of like, he's in a bunch of drama and shit. Could you possibly explain to me, what the fuck am I watching?
Well, as we know, the Whitakers are back in the headlines. A couple of morons went up there and decided they were going to quote unquote help the Whitakers, and showed up to the Whitakers' house. One guy lives there in that town, one guy doesn't. So they decided, right, that they were going to go and quote unquote help the Whitakers. They also made sure that they got Betty, I guess, to sign something that says everything that they raise, they're going to split in thirds. Okay. Now, Betty Whitaker, I'm not even sure if she can sign a legal document. Okay. We all know that fucking gene pool needs some chlorine. But so this got blowed up, right? Got blowed up because the Whitakers got taken away. 3 of them got taken away. The biggest ones that were mentally, not even there. And so this became a deal. This became a thing. So you have people like this idiot, right? Who starts covering it, right? And then you have other idiots that start covering it. Now, this particular guy, Mr. Watson, is, I don't even know how many subs he had before this. I have no idea. It couldn't have been many. And he goes in, he makes these claims that, this person, Timmy was getting beat up and Timmy got pushed, and I got a video of it. So what ends up happening is this idiot that we're getting ready to talk to, he gets sent stuff in his email and he pops it up without even checking it. He did it yesterday. He put something up that turned out to be AI because he's too stupid to check it out himself. Now we're going to go back. We're going to go back a little bit. So when the West Virginia State Police said, we are launching an investigation of these people, right?
Mhm.
Man, this guy, he, because he's as dumb as a fucking bag of hair, decides that he wants to get in on that. He wants the Kentucky State Police to call him. And because he's an idiot, he's live. And he gives out his phone number for them to call him. That wasn't enough. Then he gave his kid's number, who's 12, by the way, out while he was live so that the West Virginia police could call that number.
Wow.
Now, I don't want to talk about kids, but
Right.
But this moron had his 12-year-old around the back, running his mouth, the 12-year-old, and was too stupid to tell the kid to get the hell out of the goddamn way, stop running your mouth, get out from behind me, whatever.
So that's true.
That is 100% true because I was watching it. And I kept putting in his chat, dude, you are effing up right now. Just shut it down. Because people started calling the two phones. Okay. And he's got a lot of people in there because they think he's going to give them some kind of update on the Whitakers. He don't know shit. So then
he's
people started to, yep, exactly. He's dick riding on the Whitakers. So
100%.
Yeah. He then blames everybody for going to his Facebook and getting paid. Well, I ain't done that. You ain't done that. I'm pretty sure Lady K hadn't done that. So now he's whining. He'll take everybody to court. Everybody going to jail. Even Ghost was going to jail. Ghost ain't done nothing.
I didn't even know what the fuck was going on at the time. I'm like, I literally was only commenting in comment sections, and then he just rolls in the comments and was like, "Oh, you're getting investigated." And I'm like, "What the fuck did I do?"
Exactly. Didn't he lie and said he was a Navy SEAL? What? Nah. Then he had to come back and say, well, yeah, I lied about that. Sorry. That's not how it works on YouTube, Mr. Watson. You don't do that. You don't do that. And then he had like all these medals and a little thing for his son, including like 3 Purple Hearts.
Was there like a shadow box or something that I seen?
Yeah, he insinuated that they were his. Then he had to come back and say, no, I just collected them for my son who wants to go into the Navy. Oh, okay. So Lady K covers them because he covers Lady K.
Right.
And, rake him over the coals, Lady K. It is what it is. He gives you enough content to run him. So last night I'm watching him, right? He's got me blocked. You pussy, you got me blocked. And he's asking his chat, all 46 of them, should I go on Able Ghost tomorrow? Could I do that? And about 4 or 5 of them said no. And he's like, well, there you are. No. Okay. We could have avoided this. We could help you out. I was going to help you out. Don't do this. Don't threaten people you don't know. Don't create the problems that you fucking created for yourself and then run around and say everybody going to court. So that's where we are right now with this idiot who, again, didn't know how to. The time when he gave out him and his kid's phone number, and then he was live talking to the damn agent for the West Virginia, live. Wow. And I'm thinking, you idiot right now. You're a fucking idiot right now. And he just keeps digging the damn hole deeper. He keeps digging. Dude, put the shovel down. You've already dug a hole that you probably can't get out of. And Ghost
Hey.
very nicely extended to you the opportunity to clear it up. Clear it up with Lady K. Clear it up with Ghost because you threatened him. And you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it.
Nope.
So here we go. You're a lolcow. Look it up. Look it up. It's not a
Hey,
person.
Shannon.
Is he in the backstage?
No,
Is he here?
He's not. No.
Oh,
I do want to say something real quick. This guy, you're not allowed on my panel, bud. So get the fuck out of here. I don't even know what you're doing. Goodbye. Have a nice day, sir.
go start a live. Go start a live.
Let him up here. Oh my god.
Go
That's been
start
the
a
funniest
live
thing.
and go talk about your fucking boat or whatever the hell you're talking about. Go do that right now. Go live. I beg you to
my
go live. I
God.
beg you. Beg you.
I don't.
He didn't even know how to block people when the night he gave the numbers out. He didn't know how to block people. That's how new this guy is. So
And that was the thing. Like, I literally wanted to bring him up here and be like, look, dude, like, I know you're new at this and I'm not trying to hate on you. Like, I want to give you that chance to where you're not pulled into a bunch of shit that you're going to end up getting pulled into. But of course, nope. I don't want to listen. Like, I had some sympathy. And like I said, Peach would vouch for me. Like, I told her, I'm like, dude, I don't want to be like, I want this guy to succeed for some reason. I don't want him to be a moron. Like, hopefully, like, somebody talking some sense into him will be like, all right, dude, look, if you want to dick ride the Whitakers, that's cool. Go dick ride the Whitakers. I'm not going to hate on you for that. But like, now you're like, now you're doing things. And like, now I see things that's way beyond that. And like, you're blaming, like, didn't he blame like some medication is why he did some crazy life?
No. Lady K. He said Lady K made his blood pressure go up so high that he had to call the ambulance. Okay. And then he went live that night. Talking about this. She made my blood pressure go up so much I had to call the ambulance. They had to come out here and help me. I almost died and she gonna kill me. Yeah, you think so, bitch? You ain't seen shit yet, bitch. You ain't seen shit yet.
And he shows some pews on lives and everything like that, which I'm like, dude, you literally have no idea. You shouldn't be doing that. Like, your channel could get yanked for that. Like, you're being dumb, right? Like, and that's what made me think like this guy is way too new. Like, he needs like someone to be like, dude.
Is that really Ernie? Ernie, go try to find your other pump. Go try to find your other your red shoe and your Daisy Dukes and your leather blouse. Oh, God. Yeah, Mr. Watson, go up on Ernie's stream. That'll help. And there's Miss Lady K right there in the stream there. Perfectly nice lady. I like her a lot. And last night when this was going on, I texted Ghost and Peachy. I was like, can I go now? Can we do this now? But then I said, no, we'll wait till he doesn't show up, which we knew he wouldn't show up. So, Mr. Watson, take it. Your blood pressure might go to fuck back up. So
technical difficulties. I think I still am.
I'm telling his blood pressure might go to fuck back up. So you might want to take
Why do I
a
not
pill.
hear you anymore?
Oh no. Ghost, what are you doing? Ghost.
Hold on, Shannon.
All right.
I have no sound for some reason. Like, no sound at all. Hold on, guys. Go ahead, take over the show, Shannon. I'll be right back. Please yell at people in chat. Yell at Ernie in chat. Guys, don't block Ernie. He can.
Yeah, no, let Ernie talk. It's great.
Do something in chat. I don't know. But go ahead, take over the show, Shannon. I'll be right back. My Bluetooth disconnected and shit. I don't know. I'm pulling an Ernie on you. Take over.
All right, so Ernie, if that is indeed you in the chat, I want to let you know this. Either you're trolling with Wilkos or somebody is trolling you with Wilkos, okay? And let me tell you why I say that. Me and Viper have a buddy, a friend, an idiot that the Wilco show also called her Put it together, guy. Put it together. Somebody that we don't like, Wilco's called them too. And now you're saying Wilco's has called you. Figure it out, Ernie. Figure it out. Run it through your little computer. Are you getting trolled or are you trolling? I'm asking. Think about it. Think about it. Why would Steve Wilkos want you on? Why would Wilkos want you on so effing fast that they can't investigate you, your lies? You're going to go on Wilkos, who is a former Marine, yeah? And then claim stolen valor. And then you're going to go on Wilco's show, who was an actual police officer. And then you're going to lie about that. And then you're going to have to make, you remember on your channel, right, dude? You effing lied. You admitted you lied for the last 4 years. So now you're going to go on Wilco's and you're going to do that. But then you want to take a lie detector test and you think you're going to get hundreds of thousands of new subscribers and hundreds of thousands of dollars are going to pour in. Ernie, we all know that right after your wreck, you were playing Yankee Doodle Dandy on your fucking meth pipe before the police got there. And then you ran like a bitch, right?
What, Ernie?
Ernie,
I'm right
you know what I'm
here,
saying,
Fag.
Ernie?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh my,
he was playing
dude, why are
Yankee
you-
Doodle Dandy all over his meth pipe before the police got there.
Why,
So,
why are
Ernie-
you on my dick from chat, Ernie? What the hell is the deal, my guy? Like, I'm right here. Like, my Bluetooth
Yeah.
disconnected. Calm down, bro. You didn't hack anything.
It was
Fuck.
Mason.
It must
Mason
have
did
been.
it.
You know what? Ernie, did you see this? Speaking of Mason, shout out to, hold on, I got to give shout outs because I had a lot of donations while I was gone. I got to give a shout out to B. Thank you, B, for the 1 Evil Ghost membership. Also, shout out to Morris, my timekeeper, for the also gifting 1 Evil Ghost members. You guys have new emojis down there. That's what I care about my channel members. So I make you guys new emojis every once in a while. Spice it up. You know what I'm saying? Also, another big shout out to Dodie. Dodie, thank you for the 1 Evil Ghost membership. And the biggest shout out of them all, Cinnamon Girl, for not only just 10, but 20 Evil Ghost memberships. Shout out to fucking Cinnamon Girl. Cinnamon Girl, you the real one, girl. And you know what? Speaking of Mason, where has Mason been? You want me to tell you where he's been? Underneath of my desk.
I need everybody up front to listen close now.
Where you
You
been?
see Mason over here. Mason is gay. Yes, mama and daddy say Mason's gay. Yes, mammy and pappy say Mason's gay. Yes, sister and brother say Mason's gay. What's that gay motherfucker's name? Mason. Mason, you're gay. Mason. Mason, you're gay. Mason. Yeah, he always gets beat up by his brother. Yeah, and he's always crying to his mother. Oh my God, that's a gay motherfucker. Mason. Yeah, he sucks at fishing and hunting. Mason's gay. Always got a hot man he's humping. Mason's gay. Always asking to borrow something. Mason's gay. Always wanting a man to come and Mason's gay. Happy birthday, Mason, from your friend.
Happy birthday, Mason, from me to you, big guy. All right, Shannon, I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt, but I do my thing.
Where's silence at, Ernie? Ernie, where the fuck Mason is silence right now? You don't even know.
Right.
You
Where
don't even
they
know right
at?
now. I don't know. I guess
I
they
know
up
where
his
they're
ass like everybody else. Every man he ever's
You're-
known been up his ass.
In his head. They're all made up in his head, every one of them. Every single one of them. Here, let's see.
It's sad that you got to make up friends. And how many, like we've all been through this. Captain Crunch, General So, Colonel Sanders, all these people that was taking his channel over. Ernie,
Right?
You not, come on, boy. Come on, boy. Stop it. I don't even like you, and I'm embarrassed for you.
It isn't, dude. It's secondhand embarrassment. Honestly, I was literally, I'm glad you said that because I was having that exact same conversation with Peach just like, I think it was yesterday. And I was like, dude, like, you cannot like sit here and listen to this and not be somewhat embarrassed just listening to it. And she's like, I know it's cringe, isn't it? And I'm like, dude, to sit there and be like 40 some years old and be like, everybody knows, like, you're not homeless because you choose to. What 40-year-old dude chooses to be homeless? Honestly, you know what I'm saying?
And he's chosen this for the 4 years that we've known of him. When you're 45, he's 45. He can't take care of himself. Think about that. I said the other day, he needs to just make one of those big cardboard signs, sit at a corner and say, and the sign should read, will not work for food, will not work for anything. 45-year-old man can't take care of himself, living in a bush, give me $1. There we go. He'll probably make $4-5, you know,
ninjas,
and it'll be good. You can get a new bush, maybe a bigger bush, I don't know, and live in that.
You're getting some cardboard put over the top of the bush so it doesn't, like, you know, rain on him and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. And then he's got to have it padded because he has all those injuries, right? He has got a bruised uterus, and I don't even know what else. I know his uterus is bruised. His fallopian tubes probably got all whacked up. All of his injuries, all of them. So he's got to stuff it. Remember when he told the doctor, well, I'm sleeping on concrete. I'll just put some, coats up under me. Shut up, Ernie. God, it's almost sad, but not quite. Not quite.
Dude, I think I heard him say today that they put a brace on his leg or some shit like that, so he can't now he can't walk or some stupid shit like. I swear, I think that's what I heard today.
Ernie, it's like the doctor he said that was like trying to pick him up. Ernie, she's seen your lab reports. She's not trying to pick you up. Okay, let's stop that. Just like the judge that was texting you when you were in jail because she was so in love with you. Ernie, you're 4'3". Your head looks like a square. You got a weird shaped head. You don't have a job. You don't have a house. You don't have a car. What the hell is a professional of any type gonna want with you? Answer me that. Because you're not good looking. All right. Sorry, you're not. You're a midget. No job, no house, no car. You got the HIV that you're not taking care of. So, yeah, the Gia, the lawyer, who is now gone. Where the hell's she go, Ernie?
Butt lips.
Where'd she go, Ernie? Well, So, again, Ernie, it's almost sad, but not quite.
Nah,
because
not like bad enough to feel bad, you know.
He got so high the other night that he's really talking about Wilco. I mean, like he believes it. He believes that he is going to go into this stratosphere of fame from the Wilco show. I mean,
that's
okay,
unimaginable, wild.
It ain't like he's Springer or Maury. I'm sorry. Wilkos is cringy himself. He always talks about child predators and has people come on his show and describe child, SA. Right. And that's his content. So, Ernie, I get why you want to go there because you love to talk about some, children being SA. You love it. We've talked about this before. Your voice drops. It gets all velvety. You start talking real slow when you're talking about these kids getting SA'd because you're getting turned on. We know it. That's my opinion. And so I see why you want to go on Wilco's. I get it. But you better figure out if you were trolled or not. Because like I said, me and Angelo had a friend who Wilco's called as well. And that didn't work out because they didn't call her. Okay. Someone
well,
else
Shannon,
did.
I'm gonna have to interrupt for a second because I have a special guest in the back that
Yay!
since Mr. Watson didn't come up and didn't hash this out for us, I got something else set up for us. I
Okay.
would like to introduce to, and I'm going to put up a screen. I don't think the individual is going to porn bomb me, but in case it's somebody else, because I'm not going to verify it or anything, I'm just going to go for shits and giggles. You know what I mean? You know how I am.
Oh yeah.
I'll put up a screen, and I would like. Let's see what screen. Let me pick out a screen first. I got to pick out a good one, guys. Let's go with this. I'm certified to be a master relationship life coach. In case you guys are unsure of your relationship and everything like that, just send me an email, bifftannen1900@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to give you guys some great relationship advice. Anyway, I would like to introduce to the stage that good fella. What up, that good fella?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I sure can.
Okay.
come on.
Pardon, English is not my first language. So this might be a little bit elongated. So essentially I was involved in a trade that kind of had like a lot of serious people. And I went to Memphis to go meet up with them to do some deals. And for like context, these guys were so serious that when they patted you down, like they didn't care if you had guns. They were looking for microphones, things of that sort. So we were talking in a public place, the BB King bar. They wanted to be there. There's like a lot of noise, a lot of drunk people. It's a lot going on. Memphis on a Saturday night is a fever dream. So there's a commotion going on. And this guy who's like the size of an average woman kind of comes up and he starts like flashing a badge around. And the people who are causing the commotion leave. And he approaches our table. And his eyes are like super dilated. This guy's talking really fast, and I can't understand what he's saying at first. And so I finally catch a few words, and he's talking about being law enforcement. And the guys I'm with, I see them grabbing weapons. And to me, in my head, blood is bad for business. So I take a look at his badge, and it's for a security company. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, I don't mean to interrupt you. Do you remember what the name of the security company was for?
It just said something like security officer that had like a star on it.
Okay, that's fine. Just wondering.
And,
Just curious. Go ahead, man.
I took a look at it because I didn't want to be like in the middle of someone getting taken out. And when I saw that, I look over at the guys. I'm like, hey, you know what? This guy, he's just a tweaker, bro. He's just a tweaker with a fucking security badge. Don't worry about it. Like, put the guns away, you know? So they put him away, and we're just going to take off. And he says something along the lines of like, oh, man, all y'all handsome. I know about a glory hole right over there, right down the road over there. And I'm from the West Coast, right?
Right.
I've been to the South quite a bit, but I've never heard anybody talk like this.
Like that, right?
Well, in particular, thar. You know?
Yeah, dollars to give away.
So I'm like, hey man, look, these guys are like they're getting ready to kill you. We just need to go, you know. And I'm stressing hard over this. So we're getting up to leave, and then he's like just staring at us, and it took him like a second to register what I told him, and then he starts spouting off about like Delta Force, bounty hunting, having already killed people and all this other shit. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. You're on meth, so we're gonna leave.
Right.
So then as we're leaving, that's when he was like, well, wait, I'm trying to take you all over to the glory hole over there. And I was like, oh, all right, man. You know, God bless you. Have a good night. We're gonna take off.
God.
So we leave, maybe like a block or two away. There's a waterfront area, and we continued business. And that was just like one of the weirdest experiences I'd ever had. Well, I'm a big fan of Cyrax. I love trolling that little guy, and I saw him on Katie's panel. So now I'm watching Katie's panel, and they're talking about this little weirdo named Ernie, and I'm learning a little bit more and more about him. And then I hear him talk. I hear him talk about something being over there. I was like, holy shit, that's the guy from Memphis. No way, that is the fucking weirdo from Memphis.
Oh my God.
And that's my story about how I met.
So, I mean, we can verify farther. Does he look like this?
Yeah, his hair was a little bit darker at the time.
Okay. So kind of maybe like this?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay. Nice.
That's him. He lives in Memphis, Tennessee. And he's kind of short for a man. He's like average. Dude, he's like woman height.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. He's got like women's feet too. It's weird.
Yeah, and his build at the time, he wasn't super fat, but he wasn't ultra cut either. I mean, like I don't know, he looked like he could have been a good security guard, but not much outside of that.
He was in shape. Yeah, in shape. Huh. So Ernie, let me just get this clear. Ernie wanted to suck all y'all's dick, not just yours. He wanted everybody's dick.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what he wanted us to do on the glory hole, because like you don't know exactly what's on the other side.
You know what? I think me and you both know. Me and you both know what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I think everybody in chat knows.
Yeah. It could have been either end. Could have been the top half or the bottom half, as far as we know. But he was trying to get the whole group of us there. There's about 6 of us in total.
No shit.
Yeah, there's about 6 of us in total. And these guys were not fucking around. Like I really saved Ernie's ass that night. These guys were not fucking around. They were ready to kill. If you said anything wrong, they were ready to do it. So you're welcome, Ernie. I saved your ass.
Holy, this is wild.
I don't think anybody's shocked.
No. Trader says, I can hear the pain in this man's voice. You are so stunning and brave telling your story. This is your safe space.
Yeah, it was a very strange experience.
To say the least.
I'm very much a man of God and everything. So when you see somebody with eyes that are just so black, pupil dilated, so big, it feels evil. It feels very sinister, and it's kind of something that you don't forget about.
Facts. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I've got I'd like to introduce to the stage Giving Payback. What up, Giving Payback? You're on stage.
Hello. I just wanted to know, did it sound a little bit like this right here? Did he say we've got a glory hole right over there? And we got some dildos back there in the back in the van, and I can get the bag out if you like for me to,
The giveaway is yesterday. Yesterday.
Yeah,
It's not yesterday. Yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's the wording of it all. I know I sound crazy even when I talk normal, but there are certain words that yesterday and and
I was in the Delta Fars.
Yeah, the Delta Fars. There you go.
There's that whole Delta thing too. Remember, he has a whole certificate on that one. So, that was a, Tweaker Treaker 19 thing, most likely, but he claims he done it. But just saying, that sounds straight up like if that ain't him, who the hell else could it be? I wouldn't.
Facts. Exactly.
Are there really two
there ain't
Ernies
nobody
out here somewhere?
Yeah. Nobody's running around pretending to be Ernie. That's just stupid. Who would ever do that? Nobody.
No. I would hope not. Dear Lord, one Ernie's enough. We don't need two. I'm sure there's probably another version similar out there, but with those specifics that he gave and the badges and stuff like that, and you have an identifying photo, and that man's also been known. You said maybe the hair was a little darker at the time. I know at one time he mentioned how he uses just for men on occasion. So just saying,
It did
He
look dark.
uses Miss
It was like
Clairol. You
unnaturally
better
dark.
stop it.
he made the $2 box, sister. It's the
Yeah.
$2 box. Hey, that shit works when you're in a pickle, though. It really does.
Well, he's definitely in a pickle. I'll tell you that. He's always on a pickle anyway.
Or sitting on one, maybe, but just saying. It sounds
Real quick,
definitely like him.
I do want to thank Goodfella for telling us that, because like I've been trying to get him up on a panel for like now, and it just seems like our timing hasn't been there. And then today I emailed him, was like, "You free?" He was like, "Yep." And I was like, "Let's fucking do this."
Let's do it.
So shout out to you,
Do
Goodfella.
it.
I really do appreciate you for that.
Yeah, shout out to you guys.
Thank you. It sounds
Keep up the good
exactly
work.
like him.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah.
This is absolutely like the funniest shit that I had ever seen on the internet about someone I had an interaction with. And my wife even watches this because I told her about this story a couple years ago. I was like, babe, this is the fucking guy that I was telling you about in Memphis.
That's so wild.
Yeah, stay tuned
That's
in because it only
hilarious.
gets better. Stay tuned in.
Oh,
It
yeah.
only gets better.
yeah.
Honestly, we don't have to go look for Ernie content that's stupid. He serves it like 2-3 times a day. On his own.
Literally
We
on
don't
a
have to
silver
look.
platter.
Yeah. He goes live and just sprouts out this ignorant shit. So, what? Stay tuned. All I got to say.
And things
He's
are
already
so
done it
easily
once today.
verifiable or disprovable. The
Yeah.
things that he says, it's so easy to find these records and whatever he talks about. You can pretty much damn near Google search all of it, prove and disprove.
And you can also print out any certificate that he has. You can print those out. It's not real.
Hell.
I can print out that I am a ninja. I am a 17-degree ninja. I can print that out.
Right?
Doesn't make me one, but I got the
That
certificate.
last one he showed looked like it was made from Google's, like the old Windows on the Windows Paint, not Google, but Windows Paint, the last one that he had up. I was like, really? Like, it ain't even centered right, sir. Can we do something here? Like, my children
No
could do
seals
better
on
than
it.
that.
If you notice, there's never a seal on it.
Right.
There's never.
Exactly.
And Ernie, I know that you know a lot about contracts, meetings, and teams. But if you got a certificate that says this, that, and other, at least try to fake a seal. Go get your thing of yogurt, turn it inside out, the top of it, and just stick it up on there. It'll make it look even better. You little turd.
Well, he's tried that before, and remember, he made a misspelling on that one. So we've
He
been there,
did.
done that with a fake
Yeah, we
seal as
have.
well. So
Yep.
we've
We
been
have
through
a
it
crazy
all.
question.
There's a
I've got a
whole
crazy
history.
question for Goodfella. So I'm kind of wondering, Goodfella. So like now that you hear Ernie, and like now that you know without a shadow of a doubt that's the dude, how like is it cringy almost, to hear him now? Like, that was the guy that like went and did all that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm a little bit older than Ernie. I'm about to be 50.
Okay.
And I wonder what the game plan is, because I'm always checking the Roth IRA, the 401k,
There is
college
none.
things of that sort,
Right.
So I wonder what the end game is really. Is he just going to die in a van?
Yeah. Well, he
More
ain't
than
got a
likely.
van.
Yeah.
I've said this before.
Well,
He
he
doesn't have
almost
any
did.
job history. So when it's time for Ernie to collect Social Security, it's going to be about 75 cents a month, because he has contributed nothing into it. So
Not a thing, and he's
I
not
don't know
worried
what.
at all
I don't know.
about it. I don't
No,
get
I
it
ain't worried
either.
about it.
Like, there's a whole life to live here, sir. Like, you've got to do something. You need to be making some kind of plan.
But we're talking about a man who signed his rights away to his only son because he didn't want to pay child support. That's what we're talking. This is the man we're talking about right now.
Yep. You're 100% correct.
Which is not, I mean,
correct.
Dogs
Well,
take
yeah.
better care of their offspring than this little turd. I mean, give me a break, Ernie. I've said this before.
That's so
You
true.
you can go to, if there is an orphanage on fire and you go in and you pull out every orphan and save them, you're still going to be that idiot on the news. Oh, well, this moron right here saves 50 orphans. However, and then we're going to go through your whole resume of dumb. Sorry. You're not ever going to be the hero, Ernie, ever.
Never, ever. And speaking of the news stuff, and I'll let you guys go, but he's been on this Steve Wilkos thing. You know, I hope he does. Maybe somebody did call and that maybe they did look into him over the last couple months and saw that he was a shit show and noticed that he would be excellent drama. If he goes, they're not just going to let him go and tell this story that he thinks he's going to tell and fool the whole entire world. He's going to, oh, go ahead, girl.
Or they're going to let him tell it. And then,
yeah, and then make him look a fool.
Yeah, they're going to make him look like an idiot.
They won't let him on there without doing the research, and they've probably already done some. So go right ahead, Ernie, whether anybody goes with you or not. Please go, because it's not going to turn out the way that you think it is. It's going to turn out to be a total shit show. And yeah, you're going to gain some followers off of it, but it's going to be more of us. Like, it's not going to be something that's a savior whole situation, and you're going to get all these great followers that are supporting you. That's not what's going to happen. It's just not. But go right ahead. And like you said earlier, he was a Marine and everything. He's going to call him out on that for sure.
Let's go back to Truthfully Trisha. Truthfully Trisha was on Dr. Phil, not one episode, but 2 episodes. And she got a lot of followers, but they were hate watching her and basically just running her effing ragged. So, Ernie, if you have if you think this is going to work, go over there and look up Truthfully Trisha 2 days on the Dr. Phil show and go ask her how that worked out, because it didn't work out.
So,
and she thought she was going there too to get something good out of it.
I got a question from chat that I'd like to ask Goodfella. Peachy asked, can you please ask him if he still sees the same darkness in Ernie's eyes today?
Yes, even more so. Now that I see it, I have no doubt that this man is plagued by demons. But then again, this is coming from I'm deeply Greek Orthodox. So you're talking about shamans, HIV, drugs, murder conspiracies, felons going to prison, and then on top of that, what this guy does is he likes to falsely call on the name of God and grift on the name of the Lord.
Yes, that makes me so mad,
when he couldn't be any further from Christ-like.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's the truth and there's not the truth. Also,
have a. Go ahead, Goodfella. All yours.
I was on an episode of Steve Wilkos some years back, and they would love somebody like Ernie because they fly you out, they take you into the back room. When they're in the back room, they're like, okay, we need you to flip a chair, we need you to throw some shit around, we need you to yell and argue and get crazy and this and that. They would love somebody like him.
Yes,
Steve Wilkos will have his ass.
Wait a minute, what was your storyline on Wilkos? Why were you on there?
This lady was trying to say that her baby was mine, so we did a paternity test and what do they call it? Polygraph? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Polygraph. They did that, and I had never met this lady before, never seen her in my life. So the paternity test came out that I was not the dad, and that it was true that I'd never seen her before.
Oh snap!
And Steve Wilkos looks a lot weirder in person too. He has a watermelon head, it's skinny and oval. Eyes are so red.
I could
He loves
see
the
that
screen.
actually. That's weird. I could definitely see that.
But
real quick,
he is not with the bullshit.
I've got someone in back that I want to bring up. Want to bring up a very, very, very special guest. Shout out to Tarek. What up, Tarek? You are
What is
now
up?
on the show. What up?
Oh,
Nice
shout
to
out
see you, homie.
T6.
What up, Tarek?
Hello.
Tarek!
So, Tarek, I read in chat that you had a story about Ernie's show that you'd as well like to tell us. This should be interesting.
God damn, Ernie,
I
it's
was-
story time.
I was just talking my normal shit. No.
I know.
Steve Wilkos though is the perfect show for Ernie. He doesn't realize it. You know, he Ernie has this narrative that he's gonna go and it's gonna be the show Ernie wants. He has no idea that this Steve Wilkos is just Jerry Springer after retirement. And
Yeah,
it's strictly for the drama. He thinks that he's going to get on and he's going to get to take a polygraph about all the great things he's done in life and that he's going to show who he is. That's not what they want. They want the Debo, the Debbie story. They want the drama. They don't care about his fake accolades. And if he thinks that he's going to like be able to like push the show the way he wants, they want him there to make a mockery of him. It's the perfect show for him. Let him go. I can't wait.
That's what I say. Please do it.
Yeah. I will. If he needs assistance to get there, I will give him the assistance because I can't wait for it.
They do it for you.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that's
I'm just saying,
they do it for you.
Yeah, they get you plane tickets. They get you a hotel. They drive you around in a black van. They give you food.
Yeah.
Coupon things.
In Ernie's
So
case,
I hate to see him grift off of it is the thing, because I know he's going to try to do that. And I know people that went on Springer. It wasn't Wilkos, but it may have all changed now, but they literally flew them out. They did exactly what Goodfellas said. When they got there, they wanted them to change it up just a little bit, add some extra drama to it. And these people went knowing they just wanted to go on like a vacation. It was people I worked with. They were younger. They didn't care at the time. They just wanted to go. So they got flown out. They got put in a hotel. They got put on the show, and they did exactly what they told them to do. And they got paid to be there.
Yeah. All the shows are the
money
same.
and stuff.
Yeah, all the shows are the same. One of my best friends right after high school was on Judge Judy. It was the same thing. And it was the stupidest case. And it was the fact that like if it does have to, in Judge Judy's case, it has to start in a real small claims court, all that kind of stuff. If whatever side loses, Judge Judy pays, but you will not only will you get your case paid for, you get the docket off the small claims court, and you get paid to be there. You get to go on a vacation to California, in that case, California and stuff. I mean, it was like a win-win. Now he's a teacher and he's mortified because he's had students who have seen the episode and been like, oh, Mr. So-and-so, we saw your episode, and he's like, listen, that was 20 something years ago. I was a piece of shit kid. A lot of things have changed in my life since then. But I mean, it doesn't matter what drama show it is. They're all the same. And it was the same thing when they got the story, and then they got to, the day of filming, they said, can you spice it up? Can you add some extra drama on it? Because in the case of my friend, it was two friends. And what happened is there was a party at a girl's house and a bunch of stuff got broken. My friend got blamed for it. And the parents were suing my friend for the damage to the house, essentially, and some like stolen liquor. And so, but the parents weren't even involved, even though the parents were the ones that made the suit. It was the two kids. And so, but they didn't care. They just want the drama story. Right. But that's how they all run. So if Ernie thinks he's going to go up there and be like, I'm the predator hunter. Oh, if Debbie and all these people don't want to come, I'm going to bring other people to prove my past. That's not the story they want.
Oh, dude, he's bringing everybody. He's bringing his third grade teacher. I mean, he's a fucking idiot. And JW, I've got the same questions. But yeah, Ernie's going to bring everybody he's ever known. I heard last night he was talking about how many people he was going to bring. Shut up.
Have you ever heard of anyone from Jerry Springer, Steve Wilkos, any of these drama tabloid TVs, Maury Povich, back in the day, Sally Jesse Raphael, any of these drama shows, do you know anyone that it's made a national spotlight where they've been able to grow their career?
Well, that's why I mentioned truthfully,
very
Trisha.
rarely. There's probably been one or exactly. She's a prime example.
Two show. Yeah, this was a Dr. Phil 2 show with Trisha. Didn't work.
But
didn't work.
Dr. Phil is different than Steve Wilkos. You know, like
I get that.
They're you know, but like if you take it as the true, like, and obviously Dr. Phil is totally drama, and I love him for the shit talking he does, but it's not quite the same. Like I can't think of a single person who's gone on the, you know, the non-big channel drama, you know, because Steve Wilkos is not a Dr. Phil.
No one left. No one left, Ernie. You went live for 16 minutes. No, 40 people showed up and you ended. No one left. What are you talking about? Come on now. Get out of here.
And you probably stayed here the whole time watching to see what everybody else was saying anyways. So you were here too. We know it.
Ernie, we know math is hard. Math is hard. Okay, we get it. But dude, you need to stop right now. This dude has come on to talk about you're an idiot, and you run around lying, you know, with your little bag you got off of Temu. So just take the L, Ernie. Take the L and just shut up. You're embarrassing yourself.
He loves that part of things, though. That's his favorite thing to do. Like
no, wait a minute. He's addicted. He knows what he's doing. Look, Ernie, you're homeless, jobless. You're wearing women's clothes. You know what you're doing? Oh, okay. Okay.
He shits on.
Carry on, Ernie.
Oh, he does know but he loves it, Shannon. He loves to play the victim, like I told him. That's his thing. He wants to do these things to end up being the victim. That's his goal.
Think about the hypocrisy in this. You're 45, no real job to speak of, bed to bed, nothing to your name, not even $1,000 shit box, right? But then But then he makes fun of people that might potentially be living with their parents or grandparents.
Right, exactly. We've heard that multiple times. Yeah.
It sounds like his own family doesn't want him in their homes. Like
they don't,
honey. If his sister knew what he was up to, she's so done with him.
I'm just saying, isn't that bizarre? You know, this guy wants to shit on all these people for the same thing, but you have nothing. You know, the only thing you have are the words you say of things you've done. Let's give him credit for, let's say he's done half the stuff, which we know isn't true in the past. Let's give him credit.
Gotta add that.
Just for this, we know it's not true. Let's give him credit for half right now. Right. Even if he did those things, they are things he will never do again. He will never live the life he potentially lived. Right. So it, you know what it is? It's like Napoleon Dynamite. The uncle, you know, I was the best quarterback in high school, and he's gonna relive those days. That's exactly what it is. You know, he might as well bust out his Letterman jacket.
Ernie, collect all that you want to, sir. Collect all, exactly. If you have one, but collect all that you want to, because what are you going to do? We've been through this a million times, and you're still, even if he did, okay, and let's say this too, because we know this part's not true. Even if he did have some type of attorney to do something with social media type stuff, what happens when they all go back and see all the things he has said and done and everything that he has done to torture other people? He is not going to be okay in the end. He's not going to come out ahead. So collect all that you want to, Ernie. People are speaking the truth based off of your own words. There's nothing that you can do about that. You did this. You continue to do it yourself. You continue to torture people all the time, families and stuff. You make threats, literal death threats even. Where are you going to go with this? And this is like your 4th time saying you have some big attorney. And let me also add, just very quick, and then I'll go. He has claimed to have an attorney this many times. And how many times has he been in court since all this started? And he gets considered to be indigent. And well, if
Yeah.
he shows up, but they give
Guess
him
what,
an
though?
attorney considering him indigent, but he claims to have a paid attorney. Sir, you can't have both.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah,
you're
but
screwing
you know
yourself
what?
out here telling all of
Have
this stuff.
have all the lawsuits you want, unless you know where the person lives and you bring it to them in that state, and you have a lawyer that is certified and licensed in that state. It's essentially pointless. If
So
I had a lawsuit from Kentucky or Tennessee right now, nothing would happen. It is so difficult for these little petty things, and talk about all these lawsuits. You want all these lawsuits? I don't know anyone that has like gone after him and or like you can't even say gone after, has talked shit towards him and said stuff that is not a tit for tat. Right. Someone says something he doesn't like, he gets fired up, he gets in his feepies, and then it's this, and then it just carries on. Right. As soon as you say something he doesn't like, then it's a threat, then it's I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then it just carries on. I haven't seen a one-sided where it's just someone jumping on Ernie, where it didn't start with a question or someone saying opposing one of his thoughts.
exactly. It's all
So,
based off of things that
I'm
he already did.
yeah, I'm getting a lot of questions from chat, and good fella, I'm having a lot of people asking what happened in Memphis. So I can repeat it for you. I know you're a little busy and you got some stuff going on, but if you would like, could you repeat your story one more time for the chat, if you could, please?
Yeah, so I ended up in Memphis. I was doing a business deal, and these guys were serious dudes. They patted me down for wires. They did not care that I had a gun. They wanted to know that I was not a Fed or something. And we were in the BB King bar because there's a lot of noise and drunks and stuff like that going on. And there was a bit of a commotion happening. So this guy gets up. He's about the height and like the size of like an average hillbilly woman. And he starts flashing a badge around, yelling. And he got some of the people to fuck off, and he got some of the others to calm down. And he approached our table, and we're looking at him, and his eyes are just black, just dilated pupils. And he's talking really fast. I'm having a hard time understanding him, but I catch that he's saying something about being law enforcement. And the guys that I was with, they started clutching. They were ready to, do their thing. And so I didn't want to be in the middle of that. So I take a look at the badge, and it just says security officer on it. So I'm like, man, this guy's just tweaking out. Like, we need to go. Don't even bother with him. And as we're getting up to leave, he says something along the lines of like, well, all you fellas are handsome. I know about a glory hole right over there. We go over there, glory hole right over there. Um, and I'm like, hey man, look, these guys they're kind of ready to kill you. Like, we all just need to leave. We need to go. And he was just staring like he didn't register what I said to him. But then it looked like it clicked what I told him. And get the fuck away from me, weirdo. And then my bad.
You're good.
I'm out in public.
You're good, man.
And then when it clicks to him, he starts going on this tirade about like, oh, well, I was in the Delta Force and I'm a bounty hunter and I'm in the law enforcement and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, all right, yeah, okay. God bless you. Have a good night. We're getting out of here. And so we're leaving. He's like, but wait, I'm trying to take y'all over to the glory hole over there. And then we just walked off. We left. We went. There's like a waterfront park, maybe about a block away from that bar. And we finished business over there. And I'm a fan of Cyrax. I've been watching Cyrax and his trolls and everything forever.
That's where I know you from, because we both follow that same community.
Right, and that's how I found Katie's community, was because of Cyrax being on her panel. So I keep watching, and eventually, like, I'm learning a little bit about this Ernie guy, and then I hear him talk, and he says something about Soldar, and I was like, oh, that's that fucking weirdo from Memphis. It hit me like a ton of bricks that this was the guy from Memphis, that weirdo that tried to get 6 dudes to a glory hole in Tennessee.
I mean, honestly, like, the story's there. You know, I could see him doing some wild shit like that. Arnie likes penis.
Well, and plus, like, he was just geeked out of his fucking mind, you know? I mean,
And I can also
he
see
must
that.
have, like, freshly smoked or snorted whatever in the
Go
bathroom.
arms up.
Those eyes were, like, demonically dilated.
Just, yes, 6 dudes, Sheila D. 6. Ernie was prepared to take on 6 of them. You heard it correctly. And you also heard that correctly as well, Princess Fuzzy Butt. That glory hole over there. that's how he said it.
Like, you can't
Yeah,
say.
and I didn't even
As a-
know what a glory hole was, because, you know, English is not my first language. So I'm thinking like, glory hole, like fireworks, guns. What the fuck are you even talking about? You know. And I had to go home and do some research about what a glory hole was, and then it became like that much more like evil to me. Like, that's just what it felt like, was evil. You know, trying to do these abominable things to strangers. To strangers, the people that you don't know. You approached us the fuck out of nowhere. I don't even know why you came over to our table. Well, we know now, but at the time, I didn't even know why you came over to the table or anything. And I saved your ass, dude. I saved your ass. Those guys were ready to kill you. They were clutching their guns. I saved your ass. So you got to count your blessings.
You know,
You really got to count your blessings. At this rate, if I were you, I would just turn myself in. Repent.
I'm honestly shocked with the way that he's ran around sometimes, like one sock and all. That he's not had an issue with somebody somewhere.
For as good as Ernie thinks he is, he does not know how to read a room.
No, not at all.
And it's funny because, you know, what Goodfellas talking about is, like, you know, obviously blowing up the spot. I think I know the kind of deals that he's talking about. And the very thought of the spot getting blown up is bad things happen quick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is like a legal gray area. So I'm a chemist by trade. And essentially what I can do is bypass the legalities of things by changing a compound or a molecule or two. And you have the same effect of the things that you're not supposed to have. But no one gets prosecuted for it because under the gray areas, it's legal. In some places, people are more serious about it than others. And in Memphis, those boys don't play. They do not play games out there. So yeah, he almost fucked up like a pretty serious thing. Lives were on the line, you know.
Tarek, you must have lost signal because it dropped you off and then it popped you back up and then it dropped you off again. So let me know. So yeah, that's do you and you've already stated like you feel like all right, cool. Jump back up whenever you get time, Tarek. You know you're welcome up here. And you've already stated that you feel like Ernie is, you know, nothing's changed. He's probably just as worse today as he was back then.
Yes. But I didn't know about this guy. This was just like a random interaction. Seeing him on Katie's channel and stuff all kind of happened by chance.
Okay. I see what
So,
you okay.
I knew nothing about this guy. I never seen anything about him before. I didn't know anything about you guys or the community or anything. Shout out to Cyrax for bringing me to this community, I guess. And yeah, it was that moment when he said something about Soldar. Man, I had to like go get my wife and bring her over to the phone and be like, look, this is the guy I was telling you about in Memphis all that time ago. It was just the strangest interaction I ever had.
That had to be meant to be.
I know, right? It's like the stars aligned. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and
That's just crazy. And all that other stuff, it just adds up. Like, you know, if it was just the solar, like some people talk like that or whatnot, but it's the other stuff. It's all the other stuff too that adds up.
and
But
he
you know,
did not age well.
not a voice you forget. Like, you know, like if you hear that voice once, you could it'll haunt your it'll haunt your dreams for the rest of your life. You'll never forget it.
Right.
Well, and I like even in the South. 'Cause I've been in the deep South, Louisiana, Missouri, right? I had never heard anybody say "thar," and like talk with the back of their throats, kind of when they're saying their vowels and consonants.
He has
Right.
inflections on certain words that I don't even think he realizes he does it. It's just second nature.
Yeah.
But like with those inflections, like it's just it's unmistakable.
Yep.
I was in the Delta
Yeah, he
Forest.
has certain words for sure.
Bounty
But he
hunter.
doesn't say it. Like I know quite a few people from the Kentucky, Tennessee area. He doesn't say it like the standard way. He has his own way of saying it, and I think that he's just said certain things a certain way for so long that it's just the way he says things without even trying, and that it just makes it unique.
Yeah, it's kind of like with that "so there" thing. We all say that now, but even though I'm from the South, I always said "so there." Like I never said "so there" till I heard that, and now it's just kind of stuck because it's a joke, I don't mean to do it; it just stuck.
Yeah, even rock. Like now he makes fun of it and he'll hold the K. But if you listen, like I've watched back some of his older videos before, like I really started watching him, and there is a K or a T on the end. It's now he holds it because people have made fun of it, so he's kind of just owning it. But it's always been there, and it's just like if you're doing bad stuff, you want to blend in. You don't really want to be unique, and I think that's why
separate yourself like that to make it stand out. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's why he's a bad criminal.
Oh, he sucks at being a criminal for damn sure.
He's not very good at it. He's not very good at being a criminal.
He's not very good at anything, if we're being honest.
I wanna ask Goodfellow one thing. If there's anything, like if you had a message for Ernie, or if you wanted to, because he's in here listening right now, he is. If you had a message for him or anything you'd like to say to him, what exactly would you like to say, Goodfellow? The floor is yours. Hold on, he's muted. Hold on, guys. He said he was in public, so he might be a little busy.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
Oh, you're good. So, if you had one thing to say to Ernie, like a message to say to him or anything, because he's in here listening right now, he is. Just what would you like to tell Ernie?
You really need to repent and get right with the Lord, because we never know when our last moments are going to be, and it is never too late to get close to God. If you walk towards God, He will run to you. You need to repent. Get close to the Lord. Stop this internet shit. Turn yourself in and use the remainder of your life to try to build something worthwhile. Try to get back. Try to get a relationship with your son. That's your legacy at the end of the day.
Facts. Big facts right there. I couldn't agree with that anymore. Like that right there. You said it right there. Like that's your legacy at the end of the day, and you gave that up. That's wild to me.
I got a question for you, good fella. As obviously you're a man of God. How does it make you feel when Ernie uses God the way he does for certain things?
On one hand it's disgusting, but on the other hand, it shows that maybe there is a pull. Maybe there is a pull for him to return to Christ, and he maybe feels guilty about the witchcraft, the abominable stuff that he's done, the drugs, the way that he's fucked people over, the murder conspiracies. disrespecting his family, his own brother, his blood brother. Man, let me tell you, my brother and I, we would absolutely burn down the world for one another.
Absolutely.
To hear him talking about his own brother like that, it hurts my heart. It really does.
My brother is 2 years older than me. So we have all the same friend circle, everything, and there isn't a thing in this world I wouldn't do to protect him or his children, or vice versa. And when I hear him and he says things that he didn't even know about his own brother, it's a shock. It's such a shock to me, because I could tell you where my brother is right now, and we live 45 minutes away from each other. You know, I just couldn't believe that you having a brother and not knowing, you know, it seems like major key points to their life. It's kind of disgusting to me personally.
And same
Ernie had said that
with the kids.
he wouldn't care if Shelby died. He has said that. He doesn't. He wouldn't care if Shelby died.
If right now,
that has to just be a front, though, right?
And has wished death on multiple people.
Right now, if someone said either you die or your brother dies, I would take the place. That's how much I care for my brother.
I would take the place too, and I would know that my son's in good hands.
Yep.
You know, I trust him with my life.
And
giving up your kid too is something that's also kind of mind blowing. I know you guys kind of heard me get aggressive with a stranger. That's only because my son's right here. You know, I would do anything to protect him at all. So the idea of like signing your rights over to your kid for the sake of just not paying child support.
It's unfathomable.
Man, if you're good with the mom, you won't even have to pay child support, brother. You could just send her some money every now and again, you know, and have a good relationship with your kid. And like, you don't have to go to the courts at all. Everything got taken to an extreme.
You're right.
But it is not too late. That kid still wants a relationship with his dad. I guarantee it. You can do it. Repent. Turn yourself in. Do your time. Repent. Give your life to Christ.
And you're absolutely right that, you know, it doesn't have to always be financially to take care of a kid, but to basically sign them away for a few $100. I mean, and then you want to talk shit about other people and the way they raise their kids or what they do with their kids.
Right.
It's just it's out of this world. Like, how do you get to do the things you've done with your children, but then you want to call other people out for being bad parents? And maybe at the time he thought it was the right thing. Maybe he thought he couldn't be there. But let's just say all this time spent on the internet could be time spent building a future.
Mm-hmm.
And you could be making money somehow. I mean, if you're already
Ernie has chosen himself every second of every day since he did that. Ernie has made sure his son knows that Ernie has chosen himself. And like my grandmother says, you get the opportunity at a do-over every second of every day. And he hasn't done it. And there is a man that stepped up and was the man that Ernie could never be. And he took care of that son, and he went to work, and he paid for the kids' food and his clothes and his house and his senior pictures, his anything that, you know, I think the kid is a great a saxophone player. He's paid for that. He's been there every day that Ernie decided he was more important than that boy. Don't ever think it's anything different from that. Because that's all it is.
Down on all of that, and he blamed the internet. He sat here and he lied. He admitted that on one of his lives. He had sat here and said that he was still a part of his son's life, blah, 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 blah. But then he came on and said, oh, I hadn't actually talked to him in like 3 years or something. I finally got to talk to him the other day. And he blamed YouTube, the internet. It's not our fault. Like, nobody is at fault here for the choices that you make daily in your life. Like you said, you know, I've always heard that myself, Shannon. That's something that I know we talked about the first time. You have an opportunity every second of every day to start over. And if you're going to continue to choose to sit and lie and do some dumb shit and blame everybody else and not take any accountability at all, zero, while hurting other people, I'm sorry, bad is going to come back to you somehow if you do not change your ways. You can still change it. Doesn't mean anybody here has to forgive you. And I think I told him that in a comment or something. We don't have to forgive, but you have a choice to move the motherfucker on.
Yeah,
I just don't
JW,
think
you're exactly right.
I just don't think I could live with myself knowing another man is raising my son.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that,
can you
know,
imagine? He wasn't there for the kids' high school graduation. He wasn't
None
there.
of it.
None of it. And Ernie, you walk around and act like you're a man? Fuck off with that shit. You're not a man.
And man, like, you're not even making any money, bro. You're not even making.
Yeah,
You're
right.
a fucking felon. You're on the run, right? You were on the run from the law. What the fuck is stopping you from drug trafficking, gun trafficking, something to make money? Anything. You know, you have HIV.
He
You
got
can't
to
do
be in some
plasma.
kind of
You know,
trafficking.
what
He's
happened
trafficking something and always has been. And he uses this as a protection, as an excuse. And I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. For YouTube purposes only, entertainment, whatever y'all need me to say to cover it. But that's just my belief. And take it and tell whoever you want to, Ernie, because the things that you have said and the things that you have done show that you are doing something. And you know about certain things that you really shouldn't know the ins and outs of. And you always tell first person stories of how things have happened, yet you blame it on someone else. I'm sorry, not sorry, but there's something going on some way, somewhere, somehow, whether it be within human trafficking, whether it be running drugs, whether it be doing other things, because there's many forms. And we all know this.
When he was driving that V3 van, he said he was bringing in, $7-8 grand a month. Okay. So he got, let's say he successfully got 3.5-4 months under his belt. His living expenses are nothing. And so you're telling me, like, you should be paying for so my hope is that his son got college tuition paid for this year, but I highly doubt it. But so you have next to no expenses in life.
Oh yeah.
But you're still asking for money for sweet teas and hot cocoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and then
real quick,
proclaim
guys.
to be a fucking hero.
So
you
I
save
just,
your own kid first, Ernie. Save your fucking own kid first. Then worry about the other ones you lie about. But you're not going to do that because you're too important to be a dad. You're too important.
He's never done any of that.
My dad didn't.
Sorry. Go ahead, Tarek. No, you're good. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, my dad is a first generation immigrant. He came here by himself at the age of 17 to go to college. When I was born, both my parents were kids with kids. My dad did not make money until we were adults, already making our own money. But I will tell you, when he worked at a chip plant, making $3 an hour, but we had everything we needed.
Right. There's a way to make a way.
Right.
And there were times where he would take title loans on vehicles and stuff like that just to make sure we were taken care of.
Right.
Yeah. That's an amazing father.
Because that, and even to this day, if we need something, even if he doesn't have it, he'll figure out how to get it for us. Exactly. Not that we all make our own money. All my siblings and I, we all do decent. We all need for nothing. But if there ever was a need, he would be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Oh, he would sell anything he could to make sure that we were taken care of.
Yo, that's what at the end of the day. What up, Taze? At the end of the day, Tarek, and I mean, you can agree with this. That's what a real dad does. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if his kids need, he's going to go to the ends of the earth to give them kids what they need, regardless of what he has to go through. He'll go through hell to get to it, but he'll get to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my niece needed braces last year, and my brother was complaining about how expensive they were. He didn't ask for nothing. And my dad said, "Oh, what orthodontist are you going to?" He told him, and my dad called the next day and paid the bill. And he said, "Oh, I just know that
That's awesome.
your wife doesn't work. You're the only one working, and so I just wanted to alleviate something for you." He didn't ask for anything, but that's the stuff he thinks about, and not
Right.
He doesn't think about, oh, how am I going to take care of myself today? And trust me, he's selfish. He likes to take care of himself, but he'll put his selfishness aside to take care of his family's needs.
Facts.
That's
Pat says, my
amazing.
dad
That's
worked
what
as a
real
mechanic
family does.
through college, and we never needed anything. When I got older, I bought him the tools and toys he didn't get because he was taking care of us, and that's what, Pat, and out of respect and being, just a good, father, or being a good son or daughter or whatever, that's what a good kid's going to do, because they're going to see, that their dad did everything to do and provide what he could for them. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, guys, now that we're all here, I've kind of got, and we'll start with Shannon, since Shannon's right next to me. Shannon, I want to go down the line here, and I want you guys, if you guys have any questions for Goodfella, I want you guys to ask your questions. If you got, any questions you didn't get to or anything like that. If you've got time, Goodfella, if you have to get off the panel at any time, please feel free to say, "Hey, Ghost, get fucked. I gotta go." I get it.
Oh no, my son fell asleep. We're good.
Oh, sweet. All right. So, Shannon, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask Goodfella?
I have questions about Wilco's, but it's really not important. There's people in the chat that have questions about Wilco's, and I don't have any. I do, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, this is about Ernie and nobody else. So I don't. But I do appreciate that you came. You told your story. I didn't thank you for that, because it's stuff that people know that's going on.
Yeah, shout out to Wilco's. He vouched for me to get my security clearance.
Oh, nice.
But that also that shows you how small this world is. Where,
yeah, no kidding.
You know what I mean? Where you're watching some little goblin make a fool of himself, constantly laughing at him. You get brought to another random community, and you hear a voice, and you're just like, "Holy shit, I know that voice from somewhere." And then all of a sudden you put it together, and then you see the face of that voice. You say, "Holy shit, that's the guy from Memphis. That's the tweaker from the bar." I mean, that shows you how small this universe really is.
Yep, I agree.
It was how did they say something about bricks in English? Like bricks, like hitting bricks. But it was kind of like that. Like it, like the memory just suddenly flashed in my head as soon as I heard Solar.
Like it just happened. Like I bet you remembered. Like you were back in, like, living in the moment.
Pretty much, yeah. That's kind of how we're like Solar. 10 feet, 20.
Yeah, kind of one of those. I think you're trying to say pump the brakes moment, like where it just hits you, possibly. That's all I can think it might be.
Like a ton of, hits you like a ton of bricks. It hits you like a ton of bricks. There we go.
Yes. Yeah.
Pump the brakes. Wait, what's pumping the brakes? Like slowing down?
Well,
yeah,
like if you see
pretty
something,
much, or
like
just
you see
like,
something,
it just
like something
slammed at you.
Yeah, like something that like that you recognize or something, and it's like pump the brakes, like, because it's like recognizable. So it can be used that way, and then also just like slow down. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
I was
like
trying to think what your brake
analogy, like getting
the ton of bricks is the correct one.
Yeah, I feel like
that's kind of how it was, because it was like an immediate flashback to the bar. As soon as I heard Solar, immediate flashback. I knew who he was right away.
What up, Sam? So giving payback. Is
and
there
then as
anything
the details came out about him being a tweaker and having HIV and doing this shamanism shit,
kind of just makes more sense,
and then the stolen valor and being a bounty hunter and all this other shit, it was like, man, this is exactly like all the shit that this guy told me at the bar. For the most part.
What, like, okay, so what? You're a fellow man. How does it make you feel when Ernie talks about knowing that he has HIV, whether it's detectable or not? How does it make you feel when he talks about not telling women, whether it's a joke or not, that he doesn't tell women until he's getting ready to put it in them?
That makes me sick.
Fuck.
You haven't heard him say that? You haven't heard him say that?
That's attempted murder every single time.
Yeah. So he said it. Like I said, whether it's a joke or not, he has said it multiple times that he waits until a woman is hot and heavy, and right before he puts it in him, that's when he says what he has.
Exact words.
And by that time, they're so worked up that they don't care because they're just in a cat frenzy and they just want it no matter what.
How
can't be too many women. Can I just say that? Can't be too many women.
Well, and that's why he targets probably the younger ones, like that young lady at the gas station and stuff too. People that maybe do get too hot and heavy too quick and have not been through that life process yet to be like, oh shit, like they'll be like, oh, maybe I'll be okay, everything. And especially if he's going on to say I'm undetectable or whatnot. Like, we don't know what all he's saying, but one way or the other, you should have that conversation way ahead of time.
My understanding, though, is that, like,
just stick with the dudes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Also, by what Goodfella said today, there's probably more dudes than women, but my understanding is, like, when you're on the Big Harvey and those medications, like, if you use methamphetamine and stuff, it makes their reaction a lot less, so that it actually, like, counters the Big Harvey or the other one that's out there, so that to the point of, depending on what kind of uppers you're using, it
cancels it out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It could, yeah. Yeah, I could see that happening. And we also have to thank
he doesn't take them.
He's really not even taking
he's left them everywhere.
Yeah,
I
don't
doesn't
think
take the compounds of the methamphetamine and what is it, Valtrex?
Valtrex.
No, that's for
herpes.
That's herpes.
That's herpes.
Yeah. Biktarvy.
He might have that too.
Well, on that medication sheet from the hospital, Valtrex was one of the medications.
Yeah, I think he's got it. I think we've seen that before.
Well, remember a few months ago when he was on the couch and he was wearing a face mask, and he said it was because him and his roommate got in a fight and he got popped in the face.
You're right.
And he didn't want to show the bruise. But a bruise would last a week. You would still see the yellowing and the bluing and the purpling for a week or so. He wore that mask for a few days and magically it was gone. I said,
there was something to hide because that was during that
day
fight.
one. I was like, that sounds like Simplex 2. He probably had some cold sore outbreaks or face outbreaks, and he didn't want people to see them.
Right.
And now it shows that he's on. Now it shows in Valtrex, like, I mean, you don't get that for nothing. It's like the Biktarvy. You don't get it for no reason. You don't get it for no reason. I mean, you don't get it for. You're definitely not getting Valtrex for a car accident.
Hell
no.
The
HIV meds and Valtrex, they don't have dual.
They're limited.
No, yeah, they cover HIV, they cover herpes. They don't have any other value under that. It's not lowering his blood pressure, all that. It is what it is.
It's for that one thing.
Even if you got, like, let's say you got a horrible cold sore and it turned into impetigo, which is like a cold sore times a million. They wouldn't give you Valtrex for that. They give you an antibiotic, a steroid, and a different medication. And that's like the ultimate kind of cold sore, kind of that thing. Because a cold sore is a form of herpes. It just doesn't stick around like Simplex 2 where you get outbreaks and stuff like that. So you wouldn't get Valtrex for a one-time deal. If you are getting that, you are getting it for a reason. And that's fine.
Cancel each other out.
Yeah. And also, though, who cares if he has any of that stuff? I don't care. It doesn't make me think any more or less of a person. But he sits there and says that he hasn't bashed on Katie for when whatever happened with her happened. But I've heard him talk a lot of shit about that when he gets huffy and puffy. So the way I look at it, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right?
Exactly.
But
That's
it's like
something I think too. That he goes on and on about all this stuff. Like it's not that we're trying to degrade anybody, but when you're on these meds and you're saying these other things, that's where this shit comes into play at. Like if you're literally saying, like what you said, that he's going to wait till the second he's about to stick it in to tell somebody, like you have to have a responsibility to society still. You have to tell anyone that you're laying down with, and I think he targets the younger generation. He's talked about the ages that he'll work with, and we've seen it even on here. We've seen calls come in about it. We know who he targets, like those, and we've seen him talk to people at gas stations and things and talk about their age and stuff. And what if these people are using those same kind of drugs, which lowers their inability to be fully like at the right state of mind to say yes or no to whatever?
I think we also all know at this day and age that there are certain age groups that they just don't have the wherewithal like they used to in the past.
It takes a long time. Yeah.
Well, you just like you take from like the time I was 18 to 21, and you take an 18 or 21 to 21-year-old now. They don't have the same street smarts. They don't have the same like culpability. You know what I mean? It's just a different world because they live on their screens. They're not out in the real world. They're not. Like, even though there's probably more predators today than there were back then, you're so locked and focused on yourself that you're not looking at your surroundings. Right. Where I was always taught, like, you should know everything about your surroundings. If I'm at the mall, I could tell you what every single person is wearing around me. When I'm on the freeway, I could tell you what cars are where. It's just like, but that social awareness isn't taught to kids these days. And so they don't put their defense up right away. And then you have someone, I said this in Ernie's chat months ago, and I meant it. If I say it, I mean it. And I said, I think in a different life, we could have been friends, because he is a smooth talker. And the thing is, he has to act like he does all these good things but if he just acted normal and lived a normal life, he would be an okay person. But it's just all these grandiose and evil things that he does that makes him so unappealing to anyone. And a handful of people.
Let me just real quick. If you have children, if you have kids that are 16, 17, 18, hell, 20, they now think that HIV is okay because there's drugs out there. They don't know. You got to teach your kids that HIV is no joke, and that it's, when you're having sex, pregnancy is probably the last thing you need to worry about.
Right.
Because there's shit out there that's worse. So HIV is not, it's manageable, but you got to tell your kids.
Absolutely.
They're not as scared of it as they used to be.
No, but the other thing is too, is like, I think there should be rules on some of this advertising, because you get that commercials for like Prep C.
Yeah.
They basically make it sound like go out, fuck whoever, fuck whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Between the Prep C and the Plan B, you're good as gold. And so I think that I think there should be rules on that, because it does, Prep C doesn't mean to go out there and do what you want. You still need to be careful. You need to be careful. But if there was an accident, right, it's just saying you have time to correct that wrong. And so you shouldn't just be openly doing things like that because you think there's some magic pill, because even if it's 97% effective, 3% is a lot when you think about something like that.
I'll give you an example on the things that you're speaking on. I guess for some reason, like, how algorithms work and stuff, and when Ernie started talking about all of this and these things were going on, for some reason I had these weird random videos start popping up like under his that were about stories of people finding out that they had HIV. I guess it just picks up on the words that are being said or whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And
Absolutely does.
there were tons of young people, and I mean, some of their stories were heartbreaking. That they were just literally thinking, "Oh, I can just do whatever," and they got out here and they ended up with it. And now, even themselves, there were a few of them. They're like, "But now I'm on this medicine; it can be cured." They think it's not a big deal, like how used to when we were growing up. We thought that was like the worst of the worst things, you know, that
It was a death sentence.
yes, it
AIDS
was
was a death
terrifying.
sentence back in the 80s. It was a
Yo,
And so
He's
I
not
can
taking that
exactly
medicine.
what you're saying.
yeah, if you want to
he's not.
if you want to see what
But there's
HIV and AIDS
stories
used
out
to,
there.
yeah, if you want to see what AIDS and HIV used to do to people, watch that Matthew McConaughey video, the Dallas Buyers Club.
No, don't watch.
Yes,
No,
there's
no, no.
one.
Don't
There's
watch
a
a video.
whole
No,
thing about the
no. Watch. Don't watch a movie. Watch a documentary because those people are
Yeah,
real.
there's a documentary about a guy out in
There's a
Dallas,
million
or it
of
was
them.
somewhere in
Yeah, yeah.
Texas.
But
that
the
they
Dallas
followed him
Buyers Club,
forever.
I'm
He was
just saying,
out
like,
just
most
passing
people
it
don't want to
around.
watch the documentary, but that Dallas Buyers Club follows the whole story of him very well, and how the pharmaceutical companies, I can't remember the name of the medication, but they knew that they were actually
HTZ is the name.
Yeah, HTZ, and then there was another one too, AZT.
That will kill you.
AZT, and
It kills people.
Wow.
yeah, and that you know who was a big part of the AZT?
Who?
Fauci.
Well, there you are. I mean, there you are.
Yeah.
He is an infectious disease. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Fauci
mean,
was
look,
the one.
everything is so ignorant with medicine and politics. Like it all stays ignorant in these days, and I can totally see that happening for sure.
Fauci had
He
Fauci was
did.
the head of that program, and there is literature that he knew that people were dying, and he said and basically him and Congress didn't care. The testing needed to continue.
Well, there's lots of documentation. This
Yeah.
could be a total different conversation about various other things. I won't go down that road right now.
No,
but
no,
things
no.
that they did, and it sounds like you already know. Lots of people know. There's lots of things that have been harmful over time that people just don't realize. And no, I'm not talking about the new stuff. I'm talking about past that was ignored.
Yeah.
And that actually did harm people. And we have proof of that stuff. But there are incidences where people did not take the disease itself serious, and
absolutely,
just that was the documentary I was talking about, like out spreading things around. And I just worry that we could be in the same situation. I don't judge people for what they have, and that's something that I don't think Ernie understands. Like,
I know I know two people that got HIV.
I'm sorry.
I know two people that got HIV in the early 2000s from blood transfusion. That still happens to this day, where you can get tainted blood.
I've told the story about my friend who had triplets. I've told the story about my friend who had triplets in the mid 80s. And they were born early, obviously, and they needed a blood transfusion. And that's before they knew HIV and AIDS was in the blood. And those three babies got that blood, and they ended up dying one by one by one. I could tell you the stories. You don't want to hear those stories. That's why I take this shit so serious. Because I've had people that died from it. It was a brutal death that no one deserves. No one. And there's going to come a point. A virus is always going to try to regroup and come back at you. It's going to eventually, that's what viruses do. They want to live, and they'll do anything to live.
They'll do anything. Yeah, they change themselves up. Like we've seen it happen with the vaccines and the COVID thing. Like it just keeps changing itself over time. It redoes itself.
It's the flu. It's all of it. It's all of it.
Yes, the flu is a prime example. Yes.
Ernie won't take his medicine, and then he will take his medicine, and that HIV is growing. and it's growing.
Yeah.
And you cannot
Yeah.
not take your medicine for 3 or 4 months and then get sick and start taking it again. That virus is going to
No.
figure out a way to mutate and go all the way around
Yeah.
everything.
It
That's what
always,
they are
all of
born
them
to do.
do. They all mutate. Yeah. And the more that you don't take, like if he takes that break that you're talking about, that shit itself can become immune to what you're doing. Like we don't know
Yeah.
enough about these things. We just don't. We don't know what it's doing. And it's just dangerous. And I think before you get fully into a relationship with anybody, especially if it's going to become sexual, you need to be honest way before you hit that sexual point. You've got
Yeah,
to
go get
say,
tested. You and the
whatever's
person,
happening to me is happening to
you,
me.
you're not going to wake up from having sex with somebody and have HIV. It's going to take a minute. It's going to
No.
take a minute.
Yes. Oh,
And
it can
so,
take up to 6 months
yeah,
for it to show, you know?
if
I
your
wonder.
children are having sex, tell them go with the person that they're dating. Both of y'all get tested,
Yes.
and then
Wait
do
and get
whatever.
tested again.
Yeah, but go
I
get
want.
tested.
I wonder if those officers in Arkansas that got Ernie's blood on them are having to get tested. I
Yes,
You
yeah,
know
they
they
are.
most
did.
most of my
And
most
they
of my
got it.
family is real military and real police, and I had a cousin who was on the sheriff sergeant for the sheriff's department, and he was in a Ernie style situation, and him and his and he didn't know for a few days that that the subject had HIV, and
Yeah.
it was during a time when him and his wife were trying to get pregnant, and she was on medications and stuff,
Oh,
and
God.
for a good year, every couple months, both of them were going and get tested because
Just
before
to be safe.
in those few days before he knew they were sexually active. So now both
Oh,
of them had
yeah.
to get testing. And could you imagine newlyweds trying to have children, and that's the shit you're dealing with?
Well,
Yeah, that's
those
very messed
officers
up
are going to be on a
situation.
regimen of antibiotics and
Yeah.
antiviral that they're going to be sick for like the next 3 months. It's not going to be pretty. They're going to have to get tested every 3 months for the next 2 to 3 years. So right now they're going through drugs that I can promise you has made them so sick that because it's got to be strong. And that's what they're going to have to do. This is going to be their life. Out of that 2 or 3
Yeah.
years, they can say this worked. It's not going to happen. But
And
it's
for
going to
what?
be a
And at the
long
end of
time.
and at the end of the day, for what? For what?
Exactly. For what? Because
Yeah,
this
because
little
somebody
asshole
was an
wanted to
idiot.
run.
I mean, he didn't.
Right.
Ernie
Somebody was an
Ernie
asshole.
Ernie wasn't in a burning van that needed to be saved. Nothing like that.
Right.
Because he was quote unquote high as a kite, running from his brother, running from Bigfoot, running
Acting
from
a
someone,
fool.
acting a fool. So you now potentially have tainted
Exposed someone else.
Yeah, not just the officers, but potentially the ambulance drivers too.
Oh yeah.
Because he was in the back of the ambulance and he was too rowdy. See, that's kind of my understanding is the reason the police took him is that the ambulance tried to take him and he ran out of the ambulance and he was too rowdy. So they just said fuck it, and the police officer took him. And also,
And he'll never be honest about any of it.
No,
we need that
well,
body
because
cam so bad. We need that body cam so bad, guys.
you guys, I'm broken up. I almost died. I was being crushed, and then that little trash can cross I had, it lit up, and Jesus himself came from the sky and lifted that 40,000-pound paint sprayer off of me, and he burnt me with the Mercedes insignia. But I saw the light, and I knew I was gonna be saved.
Yeah, all that
if he was so crushed, broken female pelvis, broken leg, both his arms were gashed and broken. What is it? He had the shoulder. He had the shoulder. The what did he call it? The sacertated liver.
Some kind of weird word.
Yeah.
Lacerated instead of lacerated.
Whatever
his little lingo. If he had all of this, there's no way that he would be transported in handcuffs in the back of a police car. Do you That is a real lawsuit. That would be a real
I'm
lawsuit
sorry.
if someone was that broken up.
He ran from EMT
Yeah, he
3
gets himself in
times.
trouble.
It's in the
Yes,
report.
but
He ran from the
yes,
cops, and then he ran from EMT
but
3 times.
if he was that
First of all,
broken
they should
up,
have never let him out of their
yeah,
custody. I don't give a
no,
shit if somebody else had to tell who took him, even if he was at the hospital. He should have been kept in their custody, period, point blank. Like
I
it's
think,
so dumbfounding to me how somebody stays out of trouble the way that they do, like him. Like he gets out of more shit.
I think because it was only a DUI and the simple running from them
They
charges, it
probably
wasn't
just thought
any.
he was fucking crazy.
And so you know what, they cited him on a summons to appear, and that's what he just appeared on. And I think it was one of those things. It just there wasn't enough to really hold him and waste that little town's time of having someone watch over him and all that. It just wasn't quite a big enough fish to fry. But once
Had
they did
they
some
only
digging,
looked up everything else first.
well, and it sounds like now that they've done some some updating, that it sounds like they're kind of wondering who this person really is, that along with some phone calls and stuff. And hopefully it does turn into something. Karma, I am a believer in karma. Karma will get him. So far, he has just had enough to just continually skate away. One of these days, though, it will come down on him like a ton of bricks, and there is nothing
I've
that will
never
stop
seen
him.
somebody so deserving
Yeah.
get out of so much
Yeah.
bullshit. It pisses me
The time-
off sometimes just because we know, we know.
The
They
time will
don't,
come.
but we do.
The time will come, and we all know Ernie is his own
And it makes
worst
me
enemy.
really mad, these people that just stand so fucking hard for him and are like,
I don't
oh,
get it.
he's just this great guy. And they make
don't
all
get
these
it.
fucking excuses. It's right there in front of their faces. He's even telling them.
I don't have any issues with Terry. As much as I love making fun
Me
of her and stuff,
neither.
I don't have no issues with her. But I don't know how someone can sit there and say, Ernie, I can't wait for you to get back in the Summer Wells case. I think you're going to blow it apart. I think you're going to do this. And she will say with conviction, that night when she got up on KD's panels, she said with conviction how much she believes in him. And what have I been, like the last month when all this kid shit and all this stuff started back up, I've said in his panel and everyone else's panels where his people are, give me one name of a child. I know we're not talking about children, but just give me the name of one child that he has been on the case, that the work he has done has helped the conclusion of either finding them or figuring out what happened to him. Just one name. And then also on the predator side, give me just one name of something he did that led to just the arrest, not a conviction, just the arrest of a quote unquote predator. The best someone could come up was, well, he had his hand in rap. But you already knew the guy. You already knew the guy. And also for someone who their life is built on protecting kids and hunting predators, you would know that Tennessee and Ohio are like two of the worst states to be a vigilante in. And that they don't really like working with people doing their own thing. Even what's his name? Alex Ross, Alex, whatever his name is, that does these predator stings and stuff. Even he has said it has been so difficult for him to get arrests in Tennessee. Alex Rosen, and that's all he does.
There you go. Yeah,
Alex Mags, Rosen. If you and fucking Terry have got so much confidence in him, have sex with him unprotected, and then get back to us. How about that? Drop your drawers for him. Drop your drawers for Ernie Shell and have sex with him and come back and let us know how that works out.
If he has lived this extraordinary life and he's done all these great things to protect people, children, people, and he's got all these bad men or bad people off the streets, just name. Why can't I get one name? That's all I want is one name.
You said this shit for 4 years. He's been proving it for 4 years.
Yeah. I haven't seen him prove it. All I've heard is
shit. There's nothing there. That's why, guys.
It's always when I'm going to tell you this, Lord Judge. Y'all go see. Y'all 4 years, Ernie.
There's
It's
nothing.
time to produce. Okay,
There's nothing.
it's time to produce. Okay, it's time to
I don't
produce
care.
one thing.
He thinks a polygraph is the end all be all. I don't give a shit about a polygraph. There's a reason that polygraphs aren't used in the court system anymore.
Exactly. But I don't think he
Yeah.
would even pass one himself, to be honest.
I'm just saying, right? Like you want to use an outdated system that isn't even used in the court
Right.
system for a reason these days. And it's not the end all be all. So you're gonna go answer some questions that you did some things. Okay. Where were these things that happened? Who were these people involved?
Oh yeah, because he could totally just have it in his mind saying, "Yeah, I did this,"
he keeps
or
saying
whatnot, and him really believe it, be able to pass
he keeps saying that Ryan Burlow is going to make this appearance and he's going to do all these things to Ghost and all this stuff. Where is he? Why has he been silent? If this multimillionaire with helicopters and all these achievements and all this private military and all this shit that he says he has, why hasn't he helped you once in your time of need? I will tell you, I'm 40 years old. My best friend and I, we've been best friends since we were 4 years old. If he called me right now in a time of need, I would have been there 10 minutes ago.
Right.
Where are all these people that say they have his back? If so many people are rooting for Ernie, why are you sleeping on the street? And him saying, "Oh, I want to do it to prove myself," and all this bullshit. Nobody willingly, especially we're getting into the cold parts, rainy parts of the year. Nobody wants to go sleep on the streets. Nobody wants to sleep in churches. Nobody wants to do all this shit. Get out of here. Get out of here. I wouldn't want to be a bum in Hawaii. And you think you want to talk about all these great things you have and all this. You are the definition of a bum. You are the literal definition of a fucking bum.
Right.
Yeah. You rely.
Well, it's kind of like what I said in the beginning, like about all these times that he said he's going to take everybody from YouTube to court, and he has all these lawyers and whatever. Like he had a whole lawyer up 2022 even, and made money, benefited off of that. Do these people not see by now that none of this ever comes to fruition?
When I first came on in February and March, within a few weeks, I was going to get a lawsuit. I was going to get this. I was going to get that. And my exact words were, "Bring it." Okay.
Please do. Right. Please do. That's what I tell him all the time. Please.
Because, I'm not the richest person. I'm not the poorest person, but I'll waste money fighting that because as soon as you lose, because as soon as you lose, then I'm going to pull the reverse Uno card. And even though I can't get, blood from stone, I'm going to make sure that if you ever get
and when there's nothing there even, and he shows his own self, like.
But I will make it that if you ever get gainful employment, that I will be garnishing your wages with statutory interest.
For doing what you
bring
did
it,
to you.
bring it.
Right.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah.
I have no issue with that. I don't care if I never get it. It's principle. And that's what I'm about. It's principle. I don't do petty shit. I'm all about principle. General purpose principle,
Well, some of these guys, I've even said myself what should be done and how it should be done. And it just sucks that it takes so much time, so much money, but some people just deserve it, and the things that he's done, I dare him to please start it, because then it's his money starting it. You know what I mean? And
I think
the rest of us can find some other kind of defense.
I think that, well, what would be great is that, if a bunch of people started a class action against him, because a bunch of people that he's talked shit on get together and they do a class action on him. But it's a lot of money to never get nothing, and most people, and all of us are smart enough to realize that. But the other thing
there's a lot of proof on him and one other that could just be taken straight to DAs and stuff. But you have to really push, and you have to know who you're working with, and you have to do the right things, and you have to do it the right way. You can't go through even just an attorney. Like it has to be took straight to those areas. And
absolutely.
Who is important? They deserve
the other thing. Absolutely. The other thing too is I think that more would happen and would have already happened if he had an actual base of operations, if he had an address that could actually be pinned down. with him being mobile and on the go, where are you
That's
gonna
one
get
of the
someone
reasons
to?
he does that.
Yeah,
That's one of the
yeah.
reasons he does that.
How are
To
you
stay
how are you
hidden.
gonna how are you gonna get someone to get legal documents to him? It's
Right,
not gonna
because
happen while he's
everybody has
mobile.
to be served when it comes to some.
Exactly.
Well, we know people that are, though, that have also done the same things and that have done some of the worst. And it's just hard, though, to get it is a complicated process and it takes a lot of work, whether
It will
he be
happen.
mobile or not, or
Yeah.
whether they are stationary. It takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of people coming together to get all the right proof. But it can be done.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I had to squirrel brain.
Hi,
I had to squirrel brain real quick. I just have a real quick question for Steve. Steve, if you could email me.
Right, the real one. We need the real
I'm
one,
just
though,
playing.
not you,
I'm just
sir.
playing.
That's out
I
here
know
playing. Yeah.
Viper said that he called because they were posting the number up. I know Viper said he called. I don't know if he talked to him or left a message. And I know of other people that have called to talk about Ernie. I can't wait for the Steve
Can you
Wilkos show.
imagine? I
Because
can't.
You can
because
tag
think about
Wilkos. You can
because
tag
well,
Wilkos. And
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
tag him.
I'm just saying. Think about phone calls and stuff being made to them, talking to the staffers, and hey, word's out that you've been talking to this guy and you want to get him on the show.
Right.
Let me tell you about this story. Let me tell you about this story. Instead of giving him a 5-10 minute segment, they probably will give him the entire show, and it will just be
epic.
He's
it will be
gonna
the show
have his shit ate.
It will be the show he deserves.
Yes.
It really.
Oh yeah.
And I'll tell you the only reason I think that it's possibly true is because Sweet Katie showed back up out of nowhere and said that she had done it and that it had took months for them to call back. I think they research everything. I think she's probably gave a channel name, who he is. They probably looked into it and be like, oh man, this would be amazing drama. This dude's fucking great for us.
Is Debo and Debbie the same person?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And I feel terrible for her.
So my understanding is that was originally why they were called, was because of the stuff that Debo was saying Ernie did to her, which I 100% believe. That's what this original the original portion would be for. And so how delusional. So if it is about SA, if the original concept of the show was about SA and whether someone did it or not, how fucking delusional are you to think that you are going to take a show that someone is accusing you of horrible, heinous crimes, and that you are going to twist the show into how you are the world's greatest predator hunter and child savior, and the world is going to know the story of Ernie's self. And that first night that he played that phone call of the Wilkos lady or whoever she was, you can't tell me that he wasn't high as a kite. When he starts talking 1,000,000 miles a minute and his mind is just racing, like he was just absolutely. That is more than just being excited. You're talking about someone who spent a good portion of their adult life on opiates and coke. And so I know all about that little manic speak and being high as a kite, thinking you're going to do all these great things. And when I hear him talk like that, I think about when I was in my early 20s, just absolutely railed out of my mind. And my friends and I thinking that, we've been up for 2 days and that we're going to go up to the mountain and go snowboarding, because that's what you do when you've been on a 2 or 3 day coke binge. That's exactly what it took me back to.
He was absolutely delusional, and he's delusional if he thinks that any of this is going to be in his favor. So I hope he does it, even if he goes alone. I don't give a shit, which I don't think they'll take him alone. So I hope somebody, but then again, I also don't want to put those ladies in that spot or that position either. They don't really have to, they don't deserve to go through that. But I think that they probably see he's entertainment enough that they might take him alone just to nail him down. Because I'm sure after all this time, somebody in that little team of theirs has went through who they said he was, and they've seen for themselves, and they're like, oh, this would be excellent motherfucking entertainment. And they know what they're doing. They're going to play his ass. They'll let him go for a little while and look like he's something special. And please let him do it. Please let him do it. And Ernie, keep believing that you're going to win, because please go show your best self that you think that you are, and roll with it so that he can totally nail you in the fucking end. I want to see it done.
I don't know much about Debo. I'm too new to know about it. I've heard what supposedly happened, but from what I have seen of Debo, she doesn't seem like a person that would make that stuff up.
Oh, no,
I don't
she's
think
not.
she would either.
And I don't know.
Why
Like,
would you make it up?
Well, that's exactly what I was
she's
going to
got
say.
so much
You
other
have to be
shit on him.
You have to be beyond evil and cruel to make that up and put that bad juju on someone. But we also know from Ernie's self-admitted past that's not really out of character for him. What was it?
He's done things.
The girl that, remember, this is a person that protects women and children. I like how he's dropped the women part.
I called him out on that, and he said that I said on his panel, I said, what about the lady that you tied up? Well, first of all, he tried to change the subject. He went back
That's what I was
to
just going to say.
And I knew where you were going. He said he totally tried to change the subject. He finally rolled back and said, but it couldn't have been that bad because she ended up with the person that she's with. I don't give a fuck who she ended up with. The point is what you did, like what you did. And he kept cutting me that night, and y'all couldn't hear half the shit I said.
You tied a person up and you left them, not even to their own devices. You left them incapacitated for other adult men
people in
to do things to them. And if you and you knew what could potentially happen. There was a
and I don't believe she ended up with that other person, but if she did, that's fucked up too. That shows how mentally fucked things are.
But you know, that stuff happens like kind of with like the Stockholm syndrome and stuff like with that, where you think you're worthless after something like that, and that you
probably
think that
living a life of hell at this point.
Yeah, and that you'll have nothing. You'll have nothing better. It's like young girls that stuff happens to, and then their parents force them to keep the children and stuff. And there's just this like life of resentment and stuff because every time you look at the child you love more than anything, you think about how it was created out of the worst time of your life, and it's just really hard.
Right.
And it does happen where victims end up with their perpetrators because they think that they will never have anything beyond that.
It's a traumatic thing.
Yes, it is real. Does it happen that often? No, but it does happen. And the fact that you say that you're this, well, like I said, he dropped the woman protector part, but you say you're a protector of women and children, and you knew there was a greater chance than zero that something could happen to that lady, girl, whatever she was, and you let it happen.
And I'm sorry, dropping that woman part out of it says a lot in itself.
Real quick, I just want to. I'm sorry to chime in, guys, but real quick.
This is your show.
This is a really interesting. You guys are having a really interesting conversation. That's why I was like, "Fuck it, y'all go," because this is interesting as fuck. Like you guys are making some really good points. But I do want to break in and say thank you to Goodfella. I appreciate you for coming up and giving your story. Feel free anytime you want to hit that link. Feel free, my friend. You are more than welcome on this panel anytime you like. So
I'm just going to say,
you've been amazing.
I think it is absolutely astonishing how the world came back around like that. And I don't think, and not knowing Goodfella, besides from the Cyrax community and our little quips and stuff that we've like made towards each other about Ernie or Cyrax in the past, stuff like that. I don't know him from anyone else, but that is not a story you make up.
Oh, no.
There was no that is
no. I don't
that
believe
is
for
not,
a second he would make that.
Not for 1 second. And like when I said I had an Ernie story, and I was like, no, I was just BSing because I couldn't. Trust me, I could make up a million stories about how Ernie seduced me, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. And then when I heard Goodfellas, I was like, I can't because that's not fake.
There's
just
too many like things in there that are just like too close to each other to be like to like discredit that. Like that story, I'm sorry. I fully 100% believe that story, hands down.
Yeah, that's one of those dumbfounding moments where it's like, oh my God, I've known this. I ran into this person. This person tried to fuck me. Like, like that's just wild how it comes back together, to be honest.
Imagine watching some little attic goblin living in their grandma's house, saying a bunch of racist shit, swearing and stuff, making a mockery of himself and whatnot. Watching that stuff, having a laugh. You get pulled to, another community because Cyrex is going on other panels, and then to find the person that was seducing you almost a decade ago in Memphis. I mean, I probably would have bought a lottery ticket.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
But I believe shit like that can happen for a reason too, though, to call people out. Like, and it did. Absolutely. It's obviously happened. We're watching it right now. It happened.
But this is also why I tell people.
Yes, it's all good fella. I completely understand. You got nothing but love here, brother.
Yeah.
So, like I said, feel free anytime you want to link, you want something dropped in chat. Fuck, you know what? I just give you a wrench right now. If you want to drop it in chat, you can drop it in chat yourself. But you are more than welcome here anytime, my friend. I appreciate you for telling us your story.
But this is exactly why I always tell people. This is exactly why I always tell people the world is smaller than we actually think it is, because if it can come, if it comes back around like this, and it's happened in other instances too, but it shows you that like it's not as big as we think it is.
Oh, right.
No, I ended up here by total accident, and it just shows how small the world is, to be honest. So, but yeah, here I am all these years later, and it's because somebody else told me that this shit was going on. So, I just got into it. I didn't mean to be here, but here I am. And the only silver lining I see is I found some decent motherfuckers that I actually like, and that I
100%.
Well, that was Katie when Katie said she was going to stop doing the Cyrax stuff. She asked me, she's like, are you going to stick around? And I'm like, oh, I'm here for the ride now. Like, I'm vested. I got, I'm not going. No, I'm not going.
It's one of those things. Once you get into it, it's that train wreck you can't look away from. And I told the person the other day that got me into this by accident, I was like, it's just one of those train wrecks you get into and you cannot look away from it. Like, you don't mean to do it, but here you are.
Me and Angelo and I were in a whole nother complete shitstorm. And then we moved over here, to see what was going on. And it is true. You get surrounded by people that are idiots, but you got those friends that you're not going to leave, and that's, again, you can love a
thank
community.
God for the people we find.
Yeah, you're always going to meet the good people. You just got to weed them out, and they weed themselves out. You don't really have to.
Eventually, yes.
Well,
I do. I'm glad Tarek brought that up because 100%. And this is no dig at you, ladies. You guys know I love you guys. Like, I literally love you guys. But like, I'm so glad there's other wieners in the community that I can talk to now. Just saying,
right?
I was listening to traders earlier, and she kept saying, you ladies, and I was too busy. I was running a piece of equipment, so I couldn't type anything. But I want to be like, bitch, I got a dig. I'm here. I'm representing.
Yeah,
I know you already got yours removed, but I'm still here. I'm representing.
There you are.
She loves you guys too. It's just, but the majority is. But thank God we do have some men here to stand up and say things as well. I'm thankful for that because this is against another man.
Yeah. Well, and like, it really annoyance isn't what I should be saying, but it really does does get to me when I hear Ernie threatening women, and it's like, that's all you got, like whether it's legally, financially, or other threats he's made towards them, and it's just like, you're disgusting. That's all you got is to berate and bash on women, you know, and there's plenty of men in his chat. There's plenty of men that don't like him. And it's like, you're going after the low hanging fruit, you know, and as a man, I'm not scared of him at all. But you know, if I was a lady, and he's saying, I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you when he tells Katie, oh, I'm going to be in California soon. That, to me, that if I was a woman, that would be a viable threat, and I would be scared, you know, and
threats
it's just
don't
like,
benefit him at all. None of his threats benefit him.
No.
Nobody
And he
believes
wondered,
you're not coming anywhere.
But then he sits there and says, like, what? Well, I don't know. Why is everyone calling my PO? Why is everyone trying to get me in trouble? You're telling people you're going to reach out and touch them. You know, you're telling people, you tell people you're going to do stuff, and and it's like, I've never called anyone on him, but do I think he deserves the phone calls he's getting? And some.
Oh yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Right. There's
Now,
certain ones that need to be made.
Yeah, the one, you know, I don't even with Ernie, I don't agree.
I don't encourage calling
there's no gatekeepers, right? But I don't agree with 500 people calling to like check on Ernie's status and things like that.
Right.
There are a few that do it well. Leave it to them, because just like everything, there is a few that ruin it for the all. Don't be one of the few that ruin it for the people that know what they're doing. And so that's my point. There are people that are really good at this. Let them make those phone calls and let them do the digging. But if you are calling to report harassing behavior, even if it's not on you, threats of violence, things like that, I'm all for that, because he does those calls he deserves. But the other thing I don't agree with is even calling his family to say, do you know what your brother's doing? Do you know what this is? Leave them alone. Whether his sisters are co-signing this or not, they're not a direct part of this.
Right. Well, we just wouldn't want anybody calling family of other people that we care about. Like, families should be left out of it. I've always said that. The children should be left out of it. Don't do things like that. Don't call CPS, stuff like that. That is just going too far. But if you are being on here, and I told him to his face, if you're going to be on here being a public figure, which is what you want yourself to be, and you're going to announce all of these things in public, that is where the change comes in. You have to think about where that could take you and what you're dealing with already, and who might need to know about, oh, well, so-and-so did, that's your own fault. You did it because you wanted to be a public figure. Some of these other people are innocent and getting hit. So yeah, they're going to be pissed, and so are the people that love them. So yes, that changes things. That's where the difference comes in.
It adds white noise to the already. Yeah, it just adds white noise. It doesn't need to be done. Just stop.
No, on the CPS front,
right?
And unless you have, I don't care if you've heard something, you saw something in the Discord, anything like that. Unless you have physically seen something on video that is abusive or neglectful towards a child, do not make that phone call, because I don't know. Because even anonymous phone calls, right? They lead to something, and I don't care if people think, oh, these go away, they go away. They don't really, right? They really don't just go away. And what happens when then there's another one, and then you say, oh, you know, then it looks like this is something. Then it looks like a pattern, right? And just because they say
to them,
you know, just like in Ghost and Peach's case, oh, they found nothing, the case is closed. Okay, what if another phone call is made and they say, oh, it looks like we had some allegations we closed last time, let's reopen that, let's revisit that. It's closed, but it's with a question mark. You know, there's an asterisk. We can always come back to that. And I know another YouTube creator in another totally different YouTube world that a person that didn't like him called CPS and said that he was forcing his 9-year-old son to grab him beer, and that he was throwing the empty beer cans at him, and that it was on video, on live stream, and that he was screaming at him. And these are the sweetest people ever. But the wife wasn't really a fan of him doing these 2-hour live streams a week and all this kind of stuff. It caused a major riff in the house because something that the wife already didn't like, now it's bringing this kind of trouble into the home. And the CPS like took pictures of like the garage beer fridge, and of course he had just like made a Costco run, so it was absolutely stock full of Coors, and they made some kind, like they wrote down like how many beers were in there, and they were like asking, how long does it take you to drink this? How many beers do you drink a night? And the guy's like mortified, like, of course, we just went to Costco this weekend, so it's full. And that, asking all these questions. Do you think you have a drinking problem? Do you think you have this? Do you think you have that? Showing live streams where they say, oh, like we saw on this live stream, it looked like you drank like 6 beers. And he's like, it's Saturday at 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like chilling with my friends on a live stream. Like you can hear my son in the background playing video games with his friends, like nothing's going on. But these little things that are nothing to us in our private homes, when an outsider looks at them, they will misconstrue them and turn them into something they're not. Now, the way CPS is kind of looking at it, it's like, oh, he might not be chucking beer cans at the kid, but like maybe we have an alcoholic and maybe we got some other kind of abusive things in the household, pulling the kid aside, asking him if his dad hits him, stuff like that, pulling the mom aside and said, hey, is your husband physically or verbally abusive? I mean, it's too much. It's too friggin' much. And
it's weaponizing CPS. Yes. That's what it's doing.
Yes.
And like with Ghost and Peachy, this could have led to a horrific ends. And this could have been, physical invasive examination. This could have gone really, not to mention the kids out there that really need it.
Yes,
it's taking time away. It wastes time. It's a waste of time too.
But that is the biggest thing. You're taking resources from kids that actually need it. These investigators are investigating nothings, and there are kids out there that truly need help that aren't going to get it today because people decided to play mean, cruel tricks.
No, because they got their beepies hurt.
Panel with someone.
Yeah. And
I talked about this on panel the other day. It's just such bullshit.
And it's funny because one of the people, I can't even really call her a person, but one of the demonic entities that may or may not have made some of these phone calls touts herself as such a great mom. I have not seen, me personally, I have not seen any great motherly things from.
Oh no.
And that,
she's a pig. She's a pig. Sorry, you're a pig. I know it's your birthday, but you're a fucking pig.
Us making those phone calls because we know better. Nobody would make a call about things like that. That's their family. We're not going to do that from YouTube. Like that's just stupid. But the things that have been shown publicly, if anything, that's way worse than the things that we know about. But we're not like that. We're just not, and it is a waste of time. Like, let their family deal with their shit. It just is what it is, whether it's okay or not. They have to deal with their own family shit. It's not our responsibility, and it's not anybody else's time. But it's also not fair for fake things to come in that take up the time.
Yeah. And you don't know what's going on.
You should be ashamed of that.
Absolutely.
And be thankful that other people here aren't like that, because that could have been done. Thank God people here are not like that,
What if, I mean, you're lucky that people aren't as petty as that quote unquote side, because what if people wanted retribution and they did the same thing to you?
Yeah, but you gotta think. Now let's think about this. How many people are in chat right now? What do we got?
About 200. About 200.
Okay, so we've got us. We're speaking. All right, we're talking, and then we have 200 people. Out of those 200 people, maybe 20, 25 are actually chatting. You guys all, we don't know who those 175 other people are. We're not saying you bad, lurkers. Please know that. We appreciate you, but we don't know what one of them will do.
And it's true too.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know if they will believe these people and try to do something. We don't know if they're going to make phone calls as well. We don't know, because we don't know everybody that's in here. And again,
Well,
lurkers,
and
we
you know,
love
that's
you.
something.
Thank you for being here. But we don't know out of one out of them might be a complete loon.
Well,
So
even
That's something I
dangerous.
told Ernie. You could have
Even
total dangerous people following
yeah.
you. And because of the things that you say, or for the other, even, you know, name unmentioned, we all know who I'm talking about. Anybody that has that kind of following that's almost quote unquote cult like, that just wants ass pats. And I said that to Ernie on his panel. Some of these people can be very dangerous. You don't know what they'll do just to be able to come back to you and be like, hey, guess what I did? I did XYZ just to please
It
you.
only takes one.
Because they want to. Yes.
It
Yes. It only takes one
one
out of all of
person.
them. One out of all of them. Yes.
We love
and that
you, lurkers,
becomes
though.
a
Don't get us
dangerous
wrong.
thing.
We love you,
Right.
lurkers.
Well,
Thank you for showing up.
keep.
Don't
Thank you
drop
for
your
the
binoculars.
views.
Don't drop your
That's
binoculars.
right.
Right.
Exactly.
We appreciate all the views.
Yeah.
Just don't do no
We
dumb
love ya.
shit. Don't do dumb shit.
But even
Right.
To
but
nobody, to nobody. PSA to nobody. Don't do it because we ain't like them. Don't do that shit.
but
Damn.
even
It's
but even
dangerous.
out
It
of
can be dangerous.
even out of the 25 to 50 people chatting, right? We know them through the chat.
Right.
Right.
Besides Ghost, I don't know any of you guys. And even
Right.
Ghost, the stuff we chat about isn't about our family. I mean, a little bit about family stuff, but not too much. It's more
Not yeah.
business. It's more business related. Besides the joke or the picture stuff like that, I don't ask
Right.
about those kids. Ghost doesn't even know if I have kids or not. The answer is no. But it's like we
Right.
don't know each other on that level. So what we see as normal people in the chat, we have no idea if they're wearing
None.
skin suits.
Yeah.
You know, behind the scenes, we have no
Right.
idea. We are making assumptions because we like what they say, we like their jokes, or they seem what we would consider normal, right? But we have no idea who these people are. And, you know, for all as we know, they're making an Ernie list in the background, and we're on the top 10.
Yeah. 100%.
I get what you're saying, but I know they're not. But yes, I get what you're saying. I know they're not, though.
Oh well, I know they're not too, but you know, that's what I'm saying. Is
Well,
we you know, it's a lot of people are good actors, right? And
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people out here. I mean, we've seen it happen before. You know, me and Peachy were in a chat earlier where we were talking about one certain person. I'd said something about I always knew she was where she was meant to be. Like you can ask Peachy and Ghost. I came on their panel crying one night, made a total ass of myself. But I just knew at the time that they were good, decent people. And I was like, man, I just don't want y'all over there. Like, fuck, please. Like, this shit's messed up. Like, I look stupid. I know y'all know I look stupid.
You know, for the most part, the people who contribute in the chats on this, again, quote unquote side, I don't think they're bad actors. But I do think in some of the other chats, the Ernie chats, the names we won't mention chats, that there are definitely bad actors, right? They want to play.
Well, that's what
they
I'm
want to
talking
play.
about. That person
They want to
is
play.
one. Yes.
Yeah, they want to play Little Miss Innocent. They want to play Little Mr. Innocent. They want to act like they're doing nothing, but they are doing nefarious things. And you know,
there's some that make it very obvious.
We ain't forgot about you, Watson. Don't worry about that, honey. We ain't forgot about you, Watson. You better keep watching,
we
bitch.
still know you're back here, buddy. We still know. I just want you to, you know he's watching because I know how he is. Like he wants to know every word that's said about him. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is what happens, Watson. This is what happens when you become one of my lolcows. You get handed L's like every day of the week, son. It's not good. It's really not good.
I love you, Raindrop.
While I have everybody's attention, though, I do have to give a couple shout outs. Jackie Blue, I seen you. Thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate you. And also SDA, give a shout out to SDA. Thank you for the super stickers. And Pat, thank you for the $5 super chat. Now you have made $5 more than Ernie. Thanks, Pat. I appreciate that. And you know what? Hold on. Let me play. You guys
play the clown video. Clown.
You guys want the clown video?
I love the clown one. Please.
I never want a clown video, but play it because I can't see it.
Oh, but it's funny because it's Ernie and it's just a good song. It's the song.
So shout out to you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Hey, why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy. I pop out, they go wild, so celebrity. Too busy winning, I forgot that I got frenemies.
Appreciate you guys. And I've also noticed shout out to Dodie as well. So I'll probably wrap this up soon because in about a little over 2 hours, I have another live with another content creator, Ryan Finds Truth, and we're also going to be going over some more Ernie stuff. So if you guys want, feel free to hit the link, go over there, and I'm basically going to be explaining who Ernie is.
Did Ryan find the truth?
I think
we don't know. We don't know if we found it yet. Here's the thing with Ryan. I mean, I get it that I get it. He's new. But Ryan, what you're going to tell us tonight is not anything we haven't told you that you have now gone and researched, and now you believe
you know
us.
what?
So
I love, I'm new to this. Every time I hear a new take on Ernie, I love it. And I know that Ryan Finds Truth is big, and I think he's more of in the true crimes, missing kids space. I think he does a lot, like actually goes out and like looks for them and all that kind of stuff, gets donations, things like that, from my understanding of what I've seen of him. So I think it'll be a great another take on it. And I know a lot of people like Ryan, where they kind of just sit back and they listen and they engage, right? They will engage with you, but they're not engaging to engaging. They're engaging to learn. And when he went up on that first panel with Ernie, and Ernie was just being Ernie, and just thought, oh, I love Ryan. I'm telling him everything and he's eating it up. And I was just thinking, you dumb son of a bitch. He is listening to what you say. He's learning. He is learning your trait.
Ryan.
That's what he does.
I hope Ryan doesn't focus on the Summer Wells aspect of Ernie. That's what I hope, because there's so much more to that to Ernie than just the making $1 off a kid's back. So that's what I'm hoping doesn't happen. Because Ryan is all about Summer Wells and all that.
Right.
I mean,
and that's kind of my thing too. Like, I don't like dipping my toe into the Summer Wells stuff. So I explained that to Ryan. Like, look, I appreciate what you do. That's you. I'm me. I don't like the Summer Wells stuff. I don't want to make content about it or anything like that.
No.
So I do have a bit of a moral dilemma there. One part of me wants to, and the other part of me does. And then, I told Ryan this, and he assured me, and shout out to Ryan for reassuring me that this is about Ernie. He wants to really focus on Ernie's stolen valor, all, the scams, the lies, everything like that. And once he reassured me of that, and it's no dig, I don't want anybody to think I'm digging at Ryan or anything like that. It was more reassurance for me. You know what I mean? Like, I felt better hearing that.
Yeah, I think Ryan understands boundaries. And if you say, hey,
completely,
this is my no-go zone, like, it's just not what I do. I don't like, you don't catch me talking about this subject very much, a lot, things like that. I think he understands that. So if he has a part where he wants to talk about that specific thing, I don't think that you would be engaged or engaging in that. It would be more of him just speaking what he thinks, stuff like that. From what I saw of him, it looks like he understands like what people want and don't want very well.
There's the separation, and it happens to be combined just because she's part of. But I think he understands the separation of your point.
But you guys also forgot Ernie doesn't make money off of Summer Wells. He doesn't put his donation stuff up for Summer Wells. If you want to donate, you need to go back a couple days to another live. And donate on that one, because this one is about children. So we don't take money on this one.
Absolutely
right. That makes me so mad.
You got a lot of people in the chat,
and that's why he hates us, because we call him out on that shit. Sorry, Shannon. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm on the lag. Go ahead, girlfriend.
there's a couple people in chat that have the same concern that I do, and we'll see. We'll see.
Well, from what it looks like is maybe the first 2 days maybe he got some cash apps, maybe he didn't, but I don't think this has gone the way he's wanted it to. I think he thought when he thought he was going to start tagging, Chasing and Benny Keys and whoever else he's tagging. I think he thought that especially when Benny Keys that came in a couple times, and I guess I don't know much about Benny Keys, but it sounds like he's getting sober, making some amends, and he was like, "Hey Ernie, how are you? Hope you're doing well," stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that. But I think he thought that he was like going to piggyback off that, and he's going to get Benny Keys in here to do this, and he's going to get to do that and stuff like that, and because Benny, I went to one of his lives. He pulls numbers. He pulls numbers. So I think
you don't know
Ernie, like always.
But you don't know the history between Benny Benny and Ernie have got a history.
Yes, I've gone back, from what I understand that Benny used to drag him, and it was tit for tat and all that.
Oh yeah.
But it sounds like Benny's really like trying to make amends to some of the people that he had big issues with and this stuff. I don't know.
He's
so
not.
he's
not.
I think Benny knows better than to trust Ernie.
Benny ain't trying to
I think like he knows. There's something up with that.
Benny.
For sure.
No.
Benny is Benny. That's what he's gonna do.
I don't know him, so I won't say one way or another.
I do know him.
But my point is that I think that Ernie thought he was going to get something off of Benny's back, and he's not. And
he got a few little 100 subscribers or something, and he thought that was just absolutely amazing. And that's just what Ernie wants. But all of those people know better. They all know who Ernie is. Surely to God, they're smarter than that. Like, I think there's something going on there. I've said it from the start. Surely to God, they know who he is by now, and that they're not actually giving him this great fucking chance to, even with the summer stuff, they know better. Like, they know that he's not the one to trust or to take any kind of word from, like there's something up. I don't think they trust him. I don't know what the goal is, but they know better.
I think it was a week ago in Ernie's chat. I put up $1,000 bet. No one would accept it. My bet was that Ernie said in the month of October he would bust the case open.
He's been saying that for a lot of October.
But there was people like that Christine P, and there was a couple other ones. One person said, "Oh, I don't have $1,000, but I think he's gonna do it." I said, "Make it $1, make it $10, just
right." That's what
it doesn't have to be big. But my point is, like, it's all talk. All of these things. It doesn't matter the subject. I'm in a few weeks. You're gonna see this. In a month, you're gonna see that. My whole point was. If
weekend,
I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. If he can make a move in October, you guys you supposedly stand behind this man so much. You're not willing to put your money where your mouth is. I believe in him so little. I'm willing to lose something I don't have to lose to prove a point.
Ernie has said he knows who killed her and he knows where she is. Ernie has said that more than once. He said who delivered the death blow. He said it. And he said he knew where she was. And here we are. We're here 3 years later. 3 years later. And every time his back gets up against the wall and he's proven to be a liar, let's go back to all of his injuries. His back was against the wall. He never fails to come back with summer. It's what he always does. It's 100% going to happen. And guess what? Next October, we're going to be doing the same thing if he's still out in the streets.
Well, I was going to say, hopefully he won't be on the streets in October. But if he, I don't think he knows. But if he does know where she is, why are you holding that information?
If he does, it's at his own motherfucking fault.
Yeah, I'm just saying, right? Like if you know something that like that, why would you hold? What benefit is it to you to hold back? Also, if you do know something like that and you are holding it back, that means that you were probably involved.
Well, that's something I
Exactly.
asked him too, because supposedly he failed some kind of fucking question on that with a lie detector. If you failed that on a lie detector, sir, that's big. That is a very big deal. I'm sorry, but it is. I don't care what your excuse is. Plus, you keep going on and on about this and saying these same things. And if you did know, and we talked about this one night in a chat, like, why would you not just, for the sake of everybody else, if you know, go, like, or have somebody go tell somebody. Why would you hold that in to stop from the closure aspect of things? There is
I
no
don't
reason to not give that kind of closure, whether it was you or whether it wasn't. It makes zero sense to keep saying that. Plus, you failed a lie detector over that exact question. Is from his own mouth. From his own mouth.
See, and I don't know
Just
if
saying, from his own mouth.
I don't know if I believe that, because if he failed those questions, you would think that there would be something more that came after that. And it's not like if
You would
one of
think.
us were in that position, right, and we failed questions about where someone missing was, I wouldn't think they'd be like, all right, you want to go get pizza? Like there would be more.
Yeah.
There would be more to it,
Well,
and maybe
I'll
there
tell
would
you
be a retest.
this.
Maybe there'd be something, and I honestly have a hard time believing anything that comes out of his mouth, except
Of
for when he
course.
asks for money. That's the only thing I believe him in. Well, like the
I
other
agree
day
with
when he was
that
talking about
1,000%
when
too.
like the other day when he was talking about the cash apps that got him new socks and underwear and how great it was, and it was anonymous, and he understands why people want to be anonymous giving him money. It's like, no, again, you're lying about the stupidest shit, because you can't be anonymous on Cash App. It's a regulated banking institution. There's federal regulations. They give your government name. It might show your cash tag, but your government name is sent every single time there is a Cash App transaction.
Yeah, somebody fucked themselves sending him that.
That's why I don't give Cash Apps on to YouTube people as much as I want to. I don't, because that gives me away. So 100%.
Well, I only do to people that I care about and trust. Like,
yes,
I don't
but
care
I'm
to
just,
give them
like,
a peachy or ghost or somebody. But I see what you're
No, he
saying.
got
But
busted.
yeah, somebody fucked them.
I've
All right,
given
let
them
me
to Peachy.
let's.
They fucked themselves.
I've
All
given
right,
them to
hold
Peachy and
on,
Gus. I don't
hold
have a problem with that.
on. Michelle,
Can't
the Tennessee gave him a test because he got up on here and talked about how much he knew and whatnot, and he was given a test by Tennessee, and he failed the question of, do you know where the girl is? He failed that question. So yeah, he did take a test. It was administered by law enforcement because his name got turned in and he failed that question. And here's the thing about a lie detector. It's like George Costanza says in Seinfeld, it's not a lie if you believe it. So I think Ernie is so deranged that he could probably pass the lie detector test. He probably could, because I think, believes some of this shit himself. So he ain't worried about it, but he worried about that one. But it wasn't a question that they could really act on. I mean,
there's nothing once, even if he fails, that they can even do anything about it. Even if he fails it, there's nothing they can do.
It's a lie detector test. So he's absolutely
and I'm here to tell
been
you
looked
now,
at.
that little area over there does not give a fuck. Like, when something has happened, I know somebody for a fact that motherfucking called. They don't give a fuck. There's nothing. I've heard the recorded conversation that somebody recorded when they called in. Let me tell you something. The general area over there does not give a fuck. This was a random person. Had a thought. They do not give. They were like, okay, yeah, bye. Like, they really don't care. Like, and this was something that I even thought myself might be worth knowing. Like, nobody knows anything for sure, but what they said seemed important, and I listened to it, and I thought, oh. And I'll be honest, I called myself one time. It was the same damn thing. That was in the beginning, though. That was before I knew anything about Ernie. It was just a thought I had about other things that I had seen and heard about that other guy that had been arrested. They really just did not give a fuck. They were like, okay, bye. But this other person had something major. This seemed like it would be a big deal.
We also all know up in that area, there isn't a lot of talking to police. It's still a lot of backwoods justice, and they kind of handle everything on their own. So, I think even like the local dispatch and stuff like that, they really don't care because they know, they don't care if people are calling from halfway across the country with questions or possible answer stuff like that, because they know where it's going to get handled and how it's going to get handled. And probably the less that's recorded is probably better for them,
Right. Well, I'm talking about, I know mine was originally the tip line. Like that was when it first happened and just something I noticed that I thought should be looked into. And I didn't know if it had anything to do with it or not. But I thought, well, I maybe should. But this other person's was way bigger than mine. And I thought, oh, shit, when I heard that. And it was to the same. But it lands you at the local. Like it keeps going through the other. And it landed her at the local.
Just imagine, though, being an operator on one of those tip lines when it goes national.
Well, this went to a detective. Her call went to a detective. It was, I heard it plain and clear, and he just did not give. Now, mine, when I called you out, was just an operator. They'd probably be getting
just imagine how miserable it would be fielding all these calls from these wackadoos that had, visions and their tarot card told them this,
they get shit like that. Yeah.
I have a lot of patience. I don't think I could deal with that though. I mean, that's beyond.
No, I get
that's beyond customer service at Walmart. That is just a whole nother level.
True that.
And I don't necessarily fault those people because I would take up a drinking habit really fast if that's what I did every day.
Hey guys, I gotta break in real quick.
If I can find my friend to get that call. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're all right. I gotta break in real quick because my good friend Viking God, he just got some member emojis and he put Jimbo in chat and he was like, put a little finger over there and he's like, hey, whatever this guy did, he's guilty, right? So Viking's unfamiliar with Jimbo. So let me give you a quick rundown, Viking. So Jimbo married a 12-year-old and then turned around and more or less kidnapped his now wife. And he does some scams like Ernie Shell.
They're buddies. They were buddies.
They were. Ernie Shell and Jimbo were actually really good friends. Ernie lived with Jimbo at one time.
How were her parents cool with this? That's what I
were. Oh, wait a minute, the 12-year-old?
Yeah.
Jimbo was let me tell you this. Jimbo was 17, so he thinks it doesn't matter because he was 17 when he married the 12-year-old. The 12-year-old family said, okay, get married, whatever. They gave him a trailer. They gave him this. And then the 12-year-old left him, okay? And then he met Thelma, who was 15, and took her out of state. And by the way, Jimbo was over 17 at this point. He took her out of state and then wouldn't come back until the family agreed they could get married 2 years later.
So he's done this twice. So I don't know much about Jimbo. So I thought Thelma was the original. I did not realize.
No.
He says he didn't know she was 12 too. Yeah, he didn't know she was 12. He didn't know.
No.
He didn't know that she got Barbie dolls on her birthday and a wedding ring the day after.
Didn't care.
Plus,
he
all
knew.
this running away, and you knew at that point it was wrong. That's multiple little girls. I'm sorry. But look at who all defended that.
What all I'm going to say is I will say this in no defense of Jimbo. Back in the day, probably when Jimbo and this 12-year-old got together, it was much easier to tell a 12-year-old, apart. It's still easy. It is harder these days with the way they're allowed to dress and the way they develop so much quicker. But
I still have never known no 12-year-old that
as
looks
soon
like
as you,
that.
when I was 17, unless I was at a friend's house that had like a 12-year-old sister or something, I wasn't anywhere near where 12-year-olds were. Like, that's just like,
Yeah, that's what doesn't make any
where-
sense. And he claims they weren't even in the same school and shit.
Jimbo still has a picture of the 12-year-old's genitalia that he offered up. So
besides going to middle school recess, where do you find a 12-year-old?
Right.
That's what I don't understand. Like,
well,
17
like, how do you
and 15. 17 and 15, you're at least in high school together. I mean, that makes a little more sense. But
most people go through the same school systems, especially in smaller areas like that. There's not that many. I'm sorry, but there's not. And when school starts back, you've got to go back to school. Where was that child going while you were
that's
going?
What I'm saying. But like a 17 and 12-year-old, they would still be in the same school, even in the smaller areas.
Well, I know when I was in a smaller area, they were separated, but still.
Yeah,
it's
like that kind of age gap. I would think even in the smaller areas, the 17-year-old would be in a high school, and like even if it's a small area that has like a primary school, which is K through 8th grade, that would
you would still know what fucking grade they were in. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Grade, but I'm saying you would still be separated. You know what I mean? Like, because high school would be its own thing. And then up until your freshman year, you would K through 8 one school, and then you'd move on to the high school. Like, I just don't know of a situation where you would be in the
one
same
way or the other. You would know what fucking grade they were in.
Absolutely.
Like, that's the point. I get what you're saying.
Also, mentally, like when you're 17 and you talk to a 12-year-old, like, like, what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm gonna go play with my Barbies. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go play The Sims on computer. Like, there's just instantly that that like, oh, maybe yes.
And just turned 12. Let's not forget that had just turned 12. So
look,
he was a big
turning from 11 to 12.
He was a big fat greasy 17-year-old.
Speaking of big and fat and greasy, let me, guys, and I know Viking's probably having a difficult time like picturing this person because, like, it's just a little emoji in chat. So here, Viking, let me I just found this. Let me show you. Let me show you Jimbo Collins.
Back to the bitch, 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 back to the bitch. Two titties on the front and back. Hit it from the back, still see your titties, bitch. Grind on me, still see your titties, bitch. Yeah, no one love to be big spoon. Doesn't matter how you turn, always feel two. Like my humps up top, not a curvy ass. Love to watch her leave, cause she never turn her back. Built like a super soaker backpack. Having back fat, trending like a hashtag. Back to the bitch, 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 back to the bitch. Two titties on the front and back. Yeah. It's like,
by the way, that was for that's for you, Quiz, and that's for you, Cassandra. I appreciate you. Thank you for that.
How do you
do you happen to have the old one?
The what?
How do
you
happen
to have the old one? The old photo of like when he was, like when he married the little girl, like the which I don't know if you can even show it without being a problem.
No,
I don't want
have
you to
that.
get
I used to have that photo, but I don't have it
I've
anymore.
got it somewhere. I can find it, but just saying, like, come on now.
So he's got D's front and back, scoliosis, and no neck or shoulders?
Correct.
Has always been that way since the age of 17 when he married the little girl.
Again, I will ask, how does one achieve this build?
You have to take a lot of Ozempic to get this build. This is a difficult build to get, as you can see on your screen. I mean,
we're gonna need the doctor soon. We are gonna need the doctor soon.
Let us not forget the fist bump heard around the world, where Ernie actually defended all of this shit for a long time, But he claims to be the predator hunter, the first one ever known, which is all bullshit. But
I mean,
just saying, just a reminder, everybody.
I am a doctor, Tarek. What are you talking about?
I know I know that. I'm
Yeah,
saying I'm saying that the good doctor will have to explain this to. That is what I meant. We don't have time today, but I'm saying soon we will need, you know, we will need the doctor's discipline on how this works.
Understood.
You'll have to put on a clinic for us.
Yes, I can do that. I can do that.
That's what I was.
Yeah. All right. So, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. So, giving payback. If you would like any final words, go ahead right now and throw us some final words out there.
All I can say is thank you for letting me up. I'm sorry I talk too much, but I have a lot of opinions.
You good.
But I love you guys. And I'm sorry I say too much sometimes, but it just you know.
You're good. I appreciate
just
you
have
coming up.
feelings,
You know that. I get it. Everybody got them. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Bubba might win the race too. Okay, Shannon, you do that, and we'll go through final thoughts. And if I get to you by the time final thoughts hit, I'll just wrap it up. Tarek,
I'll go ahead and drop so that you can do what you need to do. And I'm sorry, but I love you guys, and I know. I just know some people hate me. You know how it is.
Stop it. Well, fuck them people. We love you and we appreciate you. So you have a beautiful rest of your Sunday evening.
You too. I'm sure I'll see you guys around soon. Tell Peachy hey, and you guys have a good night. I'll talk to you all later. Bye, guys.
Talk to you later. Appreciate you. Shannon, I seen your mic light up. Did you win the race? Or was that just you mutants? Like, fuck you guys. Okay, she's still watching the race. All right, Tarek, is there anything you would like to say in these final moments of this epic panel?
I will say that I'm happy that most of this community has a good moral compass, actually understands common sense. As we all know, common sense is not very common these days. I'm enjoying the roller coaster. The manic episodes are just getting more manic. And, I will actually say this to Ernie, and I will not in a negative light. Besides turning yourself in, go get yourself some actual help. You need some actual help. And there is nothing wrong with getting a mental health evaluation. There is nothing wrong with mental health treatment. The stigma of you're a pussy if you don't get mental health treatment, needs to go away, because there's a lot of people that suffer in silence that, a little treatment would do them some good. And that, when finding mental health, it's not always the first doctor. Not like how you doctor shop for pills, but in the mental health space, you got to find one that you can work with, one that you like their style, stuff like that. Personally, I like the no bullshit person, with the one that tells me I'm being a pussy, tells me I'm being a fag, and that I just need to do the right thing. That's what I like. Ernie probably wants to be coddled, swaddled, those kind of things. That's fine. If that's the approach you need, you just got to find someone to fit those for you. But the ups and downs, on drugs, not on drugs, you have a lot of tendencies that need help.
100%.
And I think that jail is probably the best place for you, because you'll be like forced to get that evaluation and forced to get that help, and that you'll have to stay on a program. The issue is outside of jail, it's up to you to decide whether you're going to stay on a program or not.
100%.
And I hope that when you do get out, I hope that, first of all, I hope that you do long enough that you can get your mental health back in order. But I also hope that mental health treatment is part of your parole or probation when you get out. So you are forced for at least a small period of time to do the right thing. And really that's the other thing, is just start doing the right thing. You got to stop with the grist. Nobody cares what you were, right? Define yourself as what you're doing today, because you constantly saying, I did this, I did that. It's getting you nowhere. We know that at least half the stuff is bullshit and made up, and you want to ride this dead horse, and there is no TV show, there is no news outlet, there is nothing that is going to say you did these things. All of the documents you need to produce to show us that you are this man of steel, you've never produced. You just talk about it, and you say, oh, I'm going to have this sergeant, I'm going to have Ryan Burlow, I'm going to have all these people tell you who I am. How many times in the last 6 months have I heard that Ryan Burlow is coming on and is going to tell you these things, is going to tell you this? You know, wasn't Mason was going to make an appearance the other night. All of these people that are supposed to be for you on their behalf have never shown up. So either they don't exist, which is probably, or they really don't give a shit about you. Also probably.
More
They don't give a shit. Let me just add that, please.
Yeah, but you know, and you want to shit on all these people for what they have or they don't have. Yet you don't even have a place you can lay your head and call it your own. I know I make fun of trailer parks and all of that. The reason I do that, it's not even about financial. It's because where I am on the West Coast, it's not really a thing. So, you know, when I watch TV and stuff, trailer parks is kind of a bad thing. So I use it as a joke reference, but I don't care if you live in a trailer, because at least you're doing something to put a roof over your head. You don't even have
there's
a
some good
cardboard
people
box
in
to
trailer
call it your own.
parks.
Oh, my great
Yeah, there's some
grandparents
great
lived in a
people that
double.
live in trailer
My
parks.
great grandparents lived on a double wide on a piece of property on the
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the
Oh, no.
stigma, right? I use the stigma of it to talk shit, but I don't mean it. Most people know by now I just like talking shit.
Oh,
we know. But so you just use the stigma of it. But my whole point is like you have nothing to call your own, you know. And then people were talking about, you don't even have your own vehicle. And what does he say? Oh, I have a 2015 Charger at my disposal, but it's not yours. You don't have it. It's not yours. What do you have that's registered in your name? You know, you want to pull up these pictures of these old V6 Challengers and stuff like that. Again, Ernie, that was what, 10, 15 years ago? That is stuff that you don't have and won't ever have again. You know, you take a delivery job and then you have to like lease a van because you don't even have, you don't even have the tools of the trade.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
ruin
people's shit.
When he was doing that.
I hope the owner, which I'm not going to get into that, but I hope someone sends a letter to the owner of that van, even though Ernie has nothing to sue for. When it's proven that Ernie was driving reckless and all that, and you know this accident was caused of his own volition, not because of some stupid fucking brake story and all that kind of stuff, I hope that Ernie gets sued for the loss of income that van makes.
All right, that van has got a black box, and that van, the owner of that van sent the footage and the black box info to the police.
I know that. I'm saying though, when all this is over, everything is absolutely proven. You know, his little bullshit story about the brakes failing and all that kind of stuff, we all know it's bullshit. My whole point is like, when this is all over, I hope that the owner of that van sues Ernie for the loss of income, because you know that van is an income generator. That van can no longer make income. So the money from it no longer being on the road and needing to be replaced, Ernie can be held liable for that. And I hope he is. Even if, like I said, even if it's garnishments that you'll get a penny a month, the principle. You have now
still being held accountable. Yeah. 100%.
Exactly. Exactly.
Do you know
And
the
that,
story of the other van? Do you know the story of the original van that he went to
a
jail
little
for?
bit,
Yeah.
a little bit, enough to know that it's like this is like a common occurrence. Like you
Yeah.
not only
He
you
gets
not
on
only
that.
ruin your, but it's like you not only ruin your own shit, like you ruin other people's shit. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Oh yeah, he don't care.
It's one thing. Like it's one thing if I destroy my. So when I got sober, I didn't get sober because of me. I got sober because one night I was so fucking high that I was nodding out on the freeway and I woke up to people beating on my window and I said, "Holy shit. Next time I'm not going to be this lucky. Next time I'm going to fuck someone up." Right? And I
Yeah.
couldn't live with myself thinking of that. I didn't care that I was ruining my own life. It was the thought that I could potentially ruin someone in my family's life or some stranger's life. That is when I said, I got to do something about this. I got to go get help. Ernie
Right.
is so selfish. He doesn't give a shit, right? He like this breaking the vans and all of this stuff. He doesn't look at it like he just fucked over some guy that has a couple vans in his fleet, right? He doesn't look at that. He looks that like he's the victim in this. His
Right.
stupidity put him where he is, right? But he
100%.
will never, all of the shit he does, what has he ever taken accountability for? What, remember the stream where we were talking shit and he's like, look how mean these, was it last weekend? He was like, look how mean Ghost and Tarek are to me. Look at all these people saying all this nasty stuff. I haven't said anything bad about them. Today.
No.
What about yesterday? The day before that, right?
The truth about Ernie is the worst.
Yeah. And
That's
what
it.
did he
You
say?
can-
I just want the world to see how all these people treat me. Okay, Ernie, let's go back to yesterday and we can see how you treated the world yesterday. You keep wanting to make these narratives where it puts you in a good light, but you're only in a good, but that whole thing lasted for what, 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna rip Ghost out of his house and I'm gonna give him 52 fucking elbows, put him into the pavement. Woo! You don't know what Ryan's doing around Christmas time. I hope your kids ain't getting no Christmas. Trust me, his kids are getting Christmas. Nothing is stopping that.
I would like to hold on, I gotta give an update. Bubba Wallace might win this race, but we had a really bad wreck 2 laps ago. Just letting y'all know. So if I have to run and you hear me yelling, it's because Bubba don't want it, but not yet.
Actually, Shannon, I tell you what, because Doty's telling me it's time to wrap it up and go get my shit together because I do have a lot of shit together.
No,
you're good. You're good, Tarek.
Come back. So
you're 100% good.
I said
you guys are good.
I love that we have a voice now for Tarek. I love it. Now I got a voice for Tarek. I love it.
I hate my voice. I hate my little gay voice.
Yeah, we
Tarek,
love it.
Everybody's
We love
loving
it.
Yeah, everybody's loving it in chat, bro. So if you ever want to do more panels, I think you should just let me know because
everyone hates their own voice when they hear it back. It's just it is what it is.
You just said I have to.
You got a great voice. We're loving it
for a Ghost and Tarek episode, I guess. So
I told you when you did the original doctor one. I said, hey, next time, if you need an assistant, I'm a pretty good doctor's assistant.
Yeah, Larkin says now you're expected on panels, Tarek.
I can hold your penis pump for respect to him.
I expect you to be on panels more. So you're in, Tarek. You have now officially entered the realm of a panel guest. Everybody give him a hand. You're now a panel guest. Yay!
There's been multiple times I've almost taken the link. It's just like I got the gift of gab, so it's just I'm always like I don't want to interrupt, and I know I can just run on forever. But there's a lot of shit that it doesn't matter how many times you say it in text, or there's not a real good way to say it through text. That it's just like sometimes it's nice to get up and just spit out whatever you want, and so it feels good to say some stuff because even though I know it's the same repetitive shit I put in the chat, it's just like it feels good. Number one, to get it off your chest, but you can also. You got more than 192 characters to actually express it, so you're not limit. You don't have to limit the way you're putting it out there.
Especially with Ernie, there's a lot to unpack, and a lot of people are very passionate about one aspect of his lives to the other. I'm passionate about his son. I'm passionate about that. And then you've got a passion that, like you said, you can't type out your frustration and your passion right now. So it's good that you're up here and we can, we're hearing it.
For me, it's accountability. I think that we should all be accountable for our actions, whether they're good or bad, and that I don't think that I know I do a lot of good in my life. I know that I do a lot of things for veterans, stuff like that. This is the first time I probably even said that. I don't talk about it because I feel like when you do something good, you're not really supposed to talk about it because I'm not doing it for bragging, right? No.
Yeah.
But you don't use your good accolades as like a jumping off point or to boast about yourself. I don't need to boast about myself. I let my actions speak for myself. And like Ernie, it really makes me not upset, but it frustrates me because all he can do is talk about the things that he supposedly has done in his life to try and boost himself and say like, oh, this is why I'm such a great person because I did this or I did that. Okay. People should be able to talk to you like, oh, I think this is a great person. I think this is a good man.
Yeah. Well, you have character. You have character. He doesn't.
Yeah. Exactly. But so right off the rip, you hear Ernie talking, you say, man, this is a scumbag. This is a piece of shit. This is a used car salesman. Like, did this guy used to sell Kirby vacuums door to door? Because that's the vibe you get from it. You don't get the super soldier saving the world. I don't get that from him. And even if he did it, that's not what I take from him. And that just the whole living in the past and also the kids, you want to talk shit to people about being bad parents, but you gave your son up for what was it, 127 or 200 something bucks? That's
a month.
That's the price you put on your son's life. You signed him away for a measly 100 and something bucks a month.
And that kid knows it.
Congratulations. That to me, you shouldn't be allowed to be involved in other children's lives, whether you're finding them, trying to protect them, or any of that, for that simple fact that you couldn't take care of your own.
Wouldn't. Didn't want. There's a difference.
Yeah, didn't want to take care of you 100%.
Because my thing is, when you have a child, you owe that child everything. If you have to move shit piles 1 foot away from each other at a time, you owe that kid moving as many shit piles as you can for that kid. That's what you owe them. They don't owe you shit. You owe them everything.
When I was a teenager, we had an open rule. It didn't matter how drunk my brother and I got. Didn't matter what time we called our parents. No questions asked. No trouble. Come get them, because they didn't want us driving. And we had multiple friends that were in horrible car accidents. Actually, we had probably my sophomore year. My brother's age. He's 2 years older than me. Group of our friends. They were in 2 different cars and they were fucking around drunk. And they were kind of racing each other, but they were racing down like parallel side streets. Well, they ended up making turns and hit each other head on. And 3 people died in one car, 2 died in the other. And, my parents were like, this is exactly why we come get you. No questions asked, no matter time of night, because this is what we don't want. There was a few times we got calls. This is one nice thing about having cousins on the police force where you live. We had multiple calls where our cousins had to come intervene so we didn't get in trouble, and then they're calling our parents, hey, come get your little fucking shit, because local PD wants to haul them off because they're back behind the bowling alley drinking and busting up beer bottles, pissing off all the locals. So, but it was nice to have people actually look out for you. I couldn't imagine just not having either of my parents in my life, or knowing that my dad gave so little fucks about me that there was a number that I was worth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and a minuscule number, a minuscule $127. Most people today, especially if you know a trade, you've made that by lunchtime. That's the crazy part. We're not talking about some incredible amount of money. We're talking about something where, you know, shit, flipping burgers is $21 an hour in my area. I could go pump gas for 20 something bucks an hour in my area.
Right.
So I mean, you're talking in half a day.
What happened?
Sorry. Bubba did not win.
Who won?
Now I'm mad. Sorry, go ahead.
She said, "No, I'm mad. Fuck this shit. I'm out."
He didn't win. It came down to what? Vaughn, 50 feet? Yeah, right. 50 fucking feet.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, Bubba get ready to beat somebody's ass. Bubba got to beat somebody's ass. I might have to go because we're going to have a fight. I love you this much, Ghost. I have missed this race for you.
I think we're done anyway. So
yeah, we're wrapping up. I'm sorry, Shannon. Damn it. I love
you. No, it's okay. I just need to see the last lap.
Where were they running today, Shannon?
Oh, fucking Kansas. I mean, a guy just went like on his side a little while ago. That doesn't happen in Kansas. It's boring. And now we just had this, and now Bubba go whip somebody's ass. That's why I love that name. Sorry. No, SD, I'm not talking about hockey. That's a whole nother passion. I'm not talking about that right now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You're good.
I didn't mean to break it up. Good. I'm sorry, but I'm mad. I'm gonna go.
You're good.
I'm gonna go kick a puppy.
We got to wrap it up anyways because we got more shit to do this afternoon. So
yes, we do.
Watson, we still got you, boy. Watson, don't worry. You're gonna get your time.
I don't know.
You hear me, Watson?
I don't know about Watson. I've been hearing about him, but I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go have to check out his.
Yeah,
I guess I'll have to go check out the fuckery.
Yeah,
don't worry. We got you, Watson. Don't worry.
Yeah. If you're curious on anything, Tarek, just hit me up. I got you.
Anyone that says who's low-cal,
exactly,
bro, he's straight.
Exactly.
I was like, I said something in chat, and this motherfucker straight said, "Who's low-cal? I don't even know them."
It was
I'm
great.
pretty sure I have it recorded.
I am Michelle. Sorry.
Have to go see. Yeah. I'll have to check.
That's got to be a soundbite. That's got to be.
I agree.
Low-cal. Yeah, we gotta make you famous, Watson.
Yeah,
I remember the first time I watched Cyrax and I saw just that printed out, and I was like, I instantly knew what it was, but I Googled it just to make sure, and I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was. Just,
that's it.
They are a cow that makes you laugh. You know, just these degenerates that their only thing they're good for is generating laughs.
Right.
Oh,
right,
100%. 100%.
Guess I'll go ahead and wrap this up and start getting my shit together for Ryan's panel tonight. I expect all you ghost gangers out there to show up and just, do your thing. I would like to thank
people.
Exactly. I would like to thank Giving Payback for showing up. I'd also like a big shout out to Goodfella. Goodfella, I thank you for coming up and sharing your story. You're always more than welcome here. You got a home here if you don't have one anywhere else.
I will say it again. I thought the story was going to be bullshit when you said that Goodfella had a story to tell. I thought it was just, more honey dicking fucking around. And then when I heard it, I was like, in no realm of possibility is this a fake story.
Exactly.
And with the conviction it was told, I 100% believe him that when he heard that
100%.
Ernie say "dar," that it triggered him back to the bar in Memphis.
Oh
yeah, he really
100% can hear Ernie saying, "Hey, let me go suck your dick over there." Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can 100% hear Ernie saying that. So,
well, we all know. I said it from day one. What was in the back of the van when he crashed? His silicone fuckable bussy. So, he never leaves home without it. Yeah. Oh, that and his before we go, how fucking hilarious that he's talking about needing to get his costume together for the Steve Wilkos show, and that's how he feels comfortable is with a women's fucking blouse with fringe, a Crocodile Dundee hat with fake fucking teeth and leather wristbands.
Yep. And his leather, you
tell
can't
me,
forget the leather wristband. I love the leather
tell me,
wristband. I love them.
Tell me this isn't a gay 80s Cinemax softcore fucking porn.
100%.
Yeah.
You know?
I've said he looks like he's getting ready to take the stage in the Village People tribute band. That's what he looks like.
This will be my last statement. I imagine you have someone in your family that went missing, and Ernie showed up in his costume, and he says, "I'm Ernie Sale. I'm gonna find your kid."
No way, sir. You got to go. You need to go, sir.
Sir or ma'am? Which one? I mean, it's 2025.
Yeah.
You can't be,
You're gonna have to go, Mrs. Shell.
Yeah.
You gotta respect the pronouns. Yeah. Mr. Sister, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Like
thank you, but no thank you. Your services will not be rendered today. But I hear the truck stop needs tree washers.
Yes, indeed. Well, Tarek, I thanks for coming up, bro. Like, for
Absolutely,
real.
dude.
I feel honored, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you came up on my panel, like, no one's seen you up on panel. Mine's the first panel over here, like, so I feel honored. Thank you, Tarek.
When I popped down real quick and then I popped back up for a second, I forgot to I didn't shut my camera off, and I was like, oh, I can't give it all away, so that's why I popped back down real quick.
Yeah, don't give don't give that away. That then Ernie's gonna have something to beat off to, and you don't want that.
No.
Exactly. You gonna be his new.
He's punching air today. He's punching air today.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
100%.
Some poor whatever homeless encampment he's parading around today. Some poor little dog's gonna get kicked because of us.
That poor. Damn it, Ernie. Leave the dogs alone. Leave the peanut butter off. Never mind. And real quick, before we get out of here, Shannon, as always, it's a fucking pleasure to have you on panel, like it always is. I love having you up here. You and your spunk, you know what I'm saying?
I love being up here.
I love
got
you, Shannon.
spunk. Yeah,
you do. You
I'll
got
let you
spunk,
back,
girl. And so other than that, guys, look, I appreciate all you guys for being here this evening. Everybody that came up on panel, shout out to everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you that jumped on panel. So I got a special request, and you guys can either stick around or you drop off, just like Shannon did. Tarek, whenever it's completely up to you. I don't kick you guys. You guys know when you want to leave. If you don't know where the button is, you can let me know and I'll get rid of you. But other than that,
I'm good at kicking myself out.
Oh, okay, sweet then. All right.
I'll see you soon.
I do. Tarek, I appreciate you, homie, for real.
Absolutely. We'll do it again.
Yeah, for real. This will be a good stuff.
It's just the beginning.
Yes. Get used to it, motherfuckers.
Bye,
Later. All right, guys. I've had a special request for our ending, for our outro this evening. Shout out to Mr. Viper. Thank you for this song. All right, guys, before I get out of here, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for hanging out in chat. Thank you for the questions. Once again, another big shout out to Goodfella. Shout out to you, homie. I appreciate you for coming up and sharing your story. And later on, guys, here in just Mason is gay as fuck, FYI. Just in a little over an hour, we will be over at Ryan's to do some more talking about Ernie and talking about stolen valor and how he got involved in the SW case and everything like that. All that and more. Much, much more. So I'll be over there on Ryan's panel, just kind of giving him a rundown. Shout out to each and every one of you that donated tonight. Cinnamon Girl, shout out to you. There's 20 big Evil Ghost memberships. Fucking awesome. Dodie, shout out to you. Morris, B, Rand, thank you. Pat, thank you. SDA, it's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for those donations. Squids, thank you. Quiz, as always, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that Evil Ghost membership. And Cassandra, thank you as well. And everybody that sent Cash App donations, I appreciate you guys as well. Jackie Blue, I know you're one of them. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys in just a little bit. And bring your respect caps. This isn't, remember, guys, this isn't my chat. It's Ryan's chat. So just, be respectful. Appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Peace.
Here we go, y'all. Gather round. About a backwoods clown still running town to town. He calls himself a soldier, calls himself a cop, but every lie tells just makes another jaw drop. He's screaming on YouTube, begging for some cash, talking like a hero, but he's just pure trash. Felony warrants running state to state, scamming good folks just to fill his plate. Oh, Ernie, what a misdemeanor. World's biggest fraud with a crooked 3-inch wiener. You fake your rank, you fake your fame, but everybody knows you're a crooked little shame. You're a crooked little shame. He stalks and he threatens, driving by at night. But when it comes to real men, he won't stand and fight. Always talking tough, but he's weak as hell. The only thing real is the lies he sells. Oh, Ernie, liar and a schemer, crying on the run with a crooked 3-inch wiener. You flex online like you're 6 foot tall, but drop your pants and there's nothing there at all. Claimed he's law, but every badge he flashes got bought at Walmart. Pretending to be federal, pretending he's clean, but he's dirtier than meth pipes in a trailer latrine. Oh, Ernie, wannabe dreamer, living with the curse of a crooked 3-inch wiener. You can scam the world, you can scam your kin, but you can't hide the joke got stuck between your skin. Enablers all clapping along, but deep down they know the joke's too strong. From Mo to Ghost, they fuel his run, but the law's still coming. Boy, your time is done. Threaten kids, threaten wives, sick in the head. If justice was swift, he'd already be dead. But we'll settle for cuffs, a cell, and a lock. Watching Ernie cry as they cut his TikTok. So here's the truth, shell, your veins run dry. No more grifts left, no more fake alibis. From Kentucky to Florida, your lie's been seen, and that crooked 3-inch wiener's still stuck at 3. So raise a glass, let's laugh one more time at a con man clown who can't stop his crime. But when history writes the name Ernie Shell, it'll rhyme with a crooked 3-inch wiener story to tell.